funny show. All I've got is just for you. You ready for my beef tonight? I'm okay, just treat me right. Come in, me people, come in, me friend. What you gonna do when you come to defend? Question ask, me answer them. Wheel it up and pull it up and mash again. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to the panel. Welcome to Moderator Night. Moderators, please say good evening to the audience. They've been waiting on you all. Please say good evening, moderators. Go ahead.
Good evening.
Hello, everyone.
Good evening.
Hi, guys.
Good evening.
Listen to me. There you go. There you go. If you missed Skitland today, you missed something because it was it still is busy. Like it got so busy that I didn't have time to be able to like do what I was doing, and you know, I mean, I was like, all right, okay, I gotta just stop right here because I couldn't. I view more skits.
Anil.
Yes, go ahead.
I cried a tear, and I had
For what?
no one to wipe it dry. I was so confused, almost blew my mind. But Mr. Hempfield is giving me hope because he's on his way to Atlanta.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Any other takers? Nanya, do you have any words for the audience? Any words? Because they asked me, is Nanya going to be here today? I said, yes, she's going to be here.
No, they didn't.
What? They asked me, listen to me, while I was reviewing today, they asked me, where is Nanya? Don't worry, she's going to be tonight. They've asked me if the moderator is going to be here because y'all were famous today now. Extremely famous. During the videos, you were very famous. You, Sharon Reviews, you know, and Charmin was very, very famous. You understand? That is, I mean, that is doing her thing. But y'all were the famous ones today. So make sure you say hi, Nanya. Sit, look inside the chat.
Hi, everybody. And no, O'Neill, stop laughing. Hi, everybody. How are you? And O'Neill, if you don't stop laughing. I told you, put on your spiritual symbolic hat tonight.
Okay, I'm going to put on spiritual hat tonight.
Well, we have a theory, and I would like to present that tonight. But the other questions about the cheating, I'm going to give you a cover. Yes, she's cheating. Okay, so, but I did a couple of videos in detail and explain my take on it. And not on the cheating part, but on the marriage and the Anthony behavior, that type of thing. But is she cheating? Yes. But I have a theory. And if our theory is what we think it is, Wayne has a golden pen because it's sheer madness. It's a good madness, but then it's still madness. And I can see Amber in there as well, as far as the decorating and the design and the movements. So that is where I'm coming from tonight. The cheating part, I you know, it is what it is. I get it. But yeah, I miss my family too. They know that I'm sick. For the most part, most of the subscribers know I'm sick. So but no, I'm glad to be here. I don't know if I can pull this off by myself. People will have to go a layer deeper than surface level because this is not surface level. This is Wayne level. This is Wayne level. Crazy, but not. Yeah, it's definitely brain level. And this is what I see Hemi, Magnolia, Trap Star. This is what we see that we think Wayne is doing behind the scenes. Okay. So that's what I wanted to share after we're done or whenever you want me to. And I do have to have this in my hand because I'm not as spiritually strong as these women, but
Yes.
they know their stories better than we do, or better than I do anyway. But I do know the books, but I do want to share it, and hopefully I can deliver it the way
So it's
that
a theory that you have.
it's a theory.
All right. I'm gonna let you drop a theory in a little bit. Let me let Sharon Reviews, you want to give an opening remark? I'm going to give you an open remark. I'm going to give everybody an open remark before we get into the business. Any open remark reviews? How was your review? How was the show?
Okay, so what we're witnessing is spiritual warfare within the Daltons' marriage.
Okay.
And Dave is Dave is actually the enemy that came in, and Amber is not spiritual. She right now she is leading with the flesh, so she decided to do commit adultery. She purposely did it because why would you be doing it and thinking about all the wrongs that your husband did to you and your best friend? So I know that was not. I think she thinks if she get even with Anthony, she would feel better. But this morning, when I saw the skit with her and Dave, I realized that she did have regrets. Although she said to him, says, as strange as it sounded, last night made me feel powerful. I got my strength back. And I'm here saying, what kind of strength can Amber get from cheating?
Okay.
And so to me, Amber, I don't call that strength. I call that getting even. And only thing, when you do something like that, it can, Amber, everything what is done right now is on Amber. She has to own that. And every action have a consequence. And I can see where the writer is going with this. It can go that way. So I'm going to call it. Her consequence, it's a reversal. So they are recycling back what happened to her with Shayla and Anthony and the baby. Now they're going to let Amber become pregnant with Dave's child. So now we're going to see if God have a plan. Will Anthony be able to accept that child? Although she did ask him before if he would, and he says no. But now she's trying to leave to go to the man. Will Anthony be able to accept that child if that does happen? And it is really disheartening to know that we put Amber on such a high pedestal. And I wish they had let her stay true to her vow and walk away with her dignity, but they decided to tarnish her some more. And we just have to call a spade a spade. One thing I love with you, Anelia, call a spade on our show too. And Nanya, we call a spade on our show. Our chat family, I tell them they can speak freely and their voice out their feeling, and we just call it as it is. We're not going to see Amber doing wrong and I am not going to see her doing something that is not right. She's still a married woman at the end of the day, and she cheated. And what I don't like today was that she gaslighted Anthony. She came home purposely in her trench coat, and Anthony knows that she's cheating, but he doesn't want to fathom, says, my queen have given away the pum. You understand? So now he's stopping her from leaving. And what did Amber say to him? You think I am you? I am not cheating. And he says, look in my face and said that. And she literally stand up and look in her husband's face and said she's not cheating. But I'm happy that he called her dad. Maybe he can talk some sense into her. I don't know if that's a right move he's making, but at least he's coming. And what I like also, O'Neill, is what Wayne said to Anthony today. We can dish it out, but we can't take it. Then he also said to Anthony, take accountability for what you have done first and then go to God. So there are little nuggets here and there that we have to pick from.
Okay.
And Amber is gonna come to realize eventually. But right now, this is her journey that she's on. And she has to take accountability for what she has done. And I don't think she really wants to leave that marriage. I think because if she really wants to leave the marriage, she would have tell Anthony says, yes, I did exactly what you and Shayla did. And I'm leaving. Only thing I want is the restaurant and just pack your bag and go. But for her to stand there and lie in his face, just like what he did to her with Shayla, he lied in her face. She didn't know they were playing games. You know, so it is what it is right now.
Correct. Okay. Thank you for your dissertation. Welcome in Miss Ashley. Miss Ashley has joined us tonight as well. Goddess, I'm going to give you the floor next to give your monologue, your opening monologue as to the day, how the day was. Charmaine, your next, one journey, your next, and then we'll Ashley.
Okay.
Ashley will close up. Then I will go after.
Where to begin? I don't even know where to begin.
Wherever you want to start, anywhere you want to start, whatever it is that you think of.
This is really bad. See, it's really this is low. This is really low because adultery now is on the table. You know, she just oh God, where do I begin? I know that she had a strong attraction to this guy Dave, but I didn't really know. I didn't really think she was gonna go all the way. But here we are. So you can't really match a man's energy. You can't do what they do. You know, as a married woman, you can't do what they do. Well, I'm gonna get you back and all that. You know, she went all the way backwards, and I guess she went back to, like you were saying, Amber Ty, how she wasn't, you know. So that desire was always in there. It just, I guess, the right person had to kind of spark that up, the temptation, spark it up, and then there it is, Dave. Oh my gosh! Because I'm thinking, I mean, there's a possibility that she could get pregnant. And I don't even think, Anthony cannot, I don't think he's strong enough to even to handle that part, to even accept that baby or that child, if it ever get to that point. What I'm thinking, oh my God, this can go so many different ways. But my thing, I'm wondering if he's going to switch up at any point. This is Dave I'm talking about. Now that he got what he got, you know, if he's going to switch up and how she's going to handle that, you know, or is a point where if he switches up, is she going to be obsessed with him? Or, you know, he might ignore calls or whatever because he got what he got. Or he could possibly go back to her husband and work that marriage out. Could he be obsessed and go a little cuckoo? You know, we don't know because we don't really know Dave. We don't really know him. We don't know enough about him. Okay. And yeah. I'm gonna leave it right there.
All right, prop. Yeah. Charmaine, you go ahead and attack the floor, Charmaine. Talk to me, Charmaine.
I'm not attacking anything. My whole thing is people talking about she getting pregnant by Dave. So what if she's pregnant right now? Because she and Anthony were intimate up into March. So what if she's pregnant right now? Would she still walk away from the marriage, or would she stay in the marriage for the sake of the child? If she walks away from the marriage, she still wants that divorce and she gets that divorce. Would Dave want to be with her knowing that she's carrying another man's child? So I'm saying that, yes, pregnancy is still on the table, but it might not be for Dave. It might be for her husband. And she might still decide to leave him. The other thing is, I'm hearing Dave talking a whole heap of nothing because he keeps saying my partner, my business partner, my lover, somebody I can, and he never said my future wife. That never came in. It doesn't matter what anybody wants to say. Future wife means future wife. He has never used that word wife. You know something? And I went back to when he asked Amber about will you want to be married? Would you remarry? And Amber said no. That gives Dave a wide opening because Dave realized now that I can get the cow without paying for, I can get the milk without even paying for the cow. So right
That's
now,
right.
she doesn't want to be remarried. So I don't have to worry about talking about any marriage. I can get in there, get what I'm getting, and I'm good. Low maintenance.
No, no.
Amber becomes a low maintenance for Dave because he does not have to do anything. He does not have to pay for any. He was trying to do it on when they were away, but she said no, she's fine. It's not about the money. And that is what I'm saying. I don't think Dave will ever look at Amber like a wife, because the one thing he said to her that stood out, he said loyalty. He's looking for somebody who is loyal. How can you say Amber is loyal when Amber is cheating on her husband with you? There's no loyalty there. And if he finds out about Wayne and Amber going all the way to her wedding day or the day of her marriage, he's going to say, oh, this is a pattern because you cheated on your fiancé and now you're cheating on said husband. So say if you and I get married, you won't even cheat on me. So this is not going to end well for Amber. Trust me. And I yield.
Yeah, so one journey, get right into it. O'Neil is not saying anything yet. I'm just listening to the arguments being presented. You know me.
One of the most important things that we shall always remember is never put anyone on a pedestal. Why?
Never.
If no one has clean hands or is without sin, we simply repent. We self-correct our actions. We do not repeat said action that got us in trouble anyway. We build again and we live. This is the part that Anthony doesn't get. We live again. He wants to stay in the past and talk about bad things. And when he saw his wife home, he still misbehaved. The second thing is that we're on this is the big payback. I don't know if you guys know that song, but it's the big payback. And Amber is not concerned about the money. All her club, the followers or whoever they call the Amberites, they no, listen, it was never about the money, but because you disrespected her, she is now in payback mode. But the Lord says, I will repay.
Vengeance is mine.
God to strike the hammer, and you want to strike the hammer. So we do like Moses, and we hit that rock, get that water, but God told him to talk to that rock. But Amber is in her stubborn stage, and she's a young believer. And if you think about a child that is in 5th grade, that's in preschool, 5 years old, right?
Yes.
At 5-year-old, they're different from when they're 10. They've grown, they've matured. But Amber is an adult that's in the world, an adult that is in the world, and she knows the terms of agreement. And I don't really think she's concerned about the papers, the lawyers, because I did text, hey, you need to go call that lawyer as soon as you get in the car and tell that lawyer that you'll take the 20% and get out the house. Dave has given her no offer. Which woman or businesswoman is going to walk into something with no offer? Whenever you're dating someone, you have to, and our parents taught us this, find out, these are strangers. Find out what their objective is, their intent, or their clear intentions. He hasn't said that. But I've always said, we don't know anything about Dave. We don't know anything about him. So what, he has a business. So what, he's single. None of that matters. I need character first. And Charmaine said it today. Wait a minute. Let me look at some of the things he's saying. This is not a good character. This is not good character. I get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. But his friends also said something. You're not doing this again with a married woman. We already did this. So yeah, I'm not because she's a young believer, I'm not surprised by her actions, because everybody has the right to choose. We don't have the right to have opinions or say to them, say bad things to them. They have to come through that storm and transition out, because remember, we've got over 5 million people in jail, dark-skinned ones, okay? And they made bad choices, and they lost their lives, and they lost their family. Because when you go to jail, you go alone. And the people on the outside, they're going to live their lives. They got light, gas, electric, water, and then you want money on your books too, but you can't pay the light or help me survive. So yeah, it's the big payback. I know Nanya knows that song. I don't know the words, but that's all.
Miss Ashley, go ahead, and then I'll jump right in. Give us your opening remark here before we get into the heat of things, basically, because we will be getting much of that, But go ahead, Miss Ashley. Go ahead.
Yes. Well, first of all, I want to go back to, I don't know how long y'all been watching, to Shania's parents when they were getting their divorce and how ugly and nasty that was. I was expecting it to be like that, because that was really nasty, that divorce. But this is, I feel, going to be like 10 times uglier. And I kind of called that on my platform. I think it was 2 months ago. I said, I kind of already knew this is getting real ugly. It's going to be a big divorce battle, not even knowing that that's what Wayne was planning. And when I saw it, I was like, okay, this is where it's heading. And so I think that both for them are equally getting their karma, and I think that Amber's playing a really dangerous game, sitting there lying like that. That wasn't cool. But I was not surprised by it, because when I saw her when she first came on the skit, I said, yeah, that's the Amber we saw coming on that skit. That's her. Now, she's not a bad person, like I said last night, but she has toxic tendencies, personalities in her character. She's not going to get that 50%. And she's a fool to keep staying in that house. A fool. And she thinks it's going to go the way she thinks it's going to go. There is no way that a woman in her right mind would stay in that house knowing she's doing what she's doing. No way. I would not even feel comfortable being in that house. So yeah, she's really bold with it. But I really think that Shayla, Melissa, somebody gonna pick it up and it's gonna blow up right in her face. As it should. I mean, I don't know what else to say. The girl had it coming, she had it coming. He hasn't coming, because I don't know if Anthony's going to lose his money off from this divorce, but he's going to lose his money. I know that. They both are, especially because it's something about that business deal, that wasn't sitting right with me. Is where I think they're going towards as far as him losing his money, not the divorce. I could be wrong, but I think that this is going to be a dragged out long. It could last until next year. Who knows? She needs to just take whatever she can get out of this and move on. I want to see how long she's going to run this out. Those lawyer fees are going to go up. I've been in that type of situation. When I got a divorce, I wanted my divorce. I didn't know. I just wanted to be done. I wanted to be gone. I wanted to leave. It didn't matter to me. I left. She is still staying there and she's playing games. So, if she really wants out, she would have been out. She's not going to get what she thinks she's going to get. So what she needs to do is leave. That's what she needs to do. And go about her life. And she said, I want to be free. Well, get out of the house and continue with the process of the divorce and get what you can get out of it. That's the answer. Staying in that house is just going to get worse. And I wouldn't be surprised if things get even more tense and physical, as we saw today. You know, him calling their dad. I don't know what that was about. You know, I don't know what he thinks her father going to do. He doesn't know what he can do. Maybe, you know, I would think he would have called Coco instead of the father, you know. But, you know, I don't think anybody can say anything to her at this point. You know, she's just stuck on Dave, but, you know, I don't see him being there for long. You know, like that Spaniard guy wasn't there for long. You know, the only difference is that she actually really is attracted to Dave. And that's the only difference. You know, he's going to be there for momentarily, and then he'll end up leaving too. So, and the joke's going to be on her. So, yeah. I ain't got nothing good to say about Amber. And I ain't an Amber fan, but you're not going to get nothing good from me. Yeah, that's it. I ain't got nothing good to say. Nothing. So, and I am not taking up for Anthony either.
Not at all.
I'm just saying. I ain't got nothing good to say. And probably for the next 6 months, I will not have anything good to say. You know.
All right, let me jump in. Thank you very much, moderators. So let me give you your opening arguments. Let me start by reading the first super chat of the night. The first super chat says she's correct. Amber is spiraling as much as Anthony. So basically, Bilderberg Boy says they're both spiraling. Thank you very much, Bilderberg Boy, for the super chat. Mommy says Amber is coming home in a trench coat was trifling. Tit for tat is dangerously concerning. That's what Mommy has said. Mommy, thank you very much for the super chat. Leave that as well to Mommy. I wanted to pinpoint something out to the audience before I get to my little spiel here. I deliberately ask again, is Amber cheating? And hey, I don't know how to do this, but there you go. There are people out there who still believe she's not cheating, who still arguing on his comments that they haven't seen any evidence, as if them want to say the thing are going in and come back out. You're not going to see that. If you're hoping to see Dave's thing going in and coming out, you're not going to see this. You're not going to see that. This is not the show for that, so please. I don't know how much more evidence you want me to know. I just don't get it, right? You're not going to see that. That's number one. But 14% of the audience is still saying, let me make sure, let me refresh it. 14% of the audience, and this vote is taken from, is 2,900 votes. You know, it's a lot of votes that has said, no, she's not cheating. Them still believe, even though she's you know, relinquishing thing there. So you see why some of the times I say, Amber fans, this is who I'm talking to, the mass of people who don't believe what they're seeing when I'm showing them what they're seeing. I know O'Neill now go not bring the evidence to the platform, because that's the first thing O'Neill tries to do, is to bring evidence to the platform before me say whatever it is that I'm saying. So let me jump into it. I say, Moderator, I told you so. I told y'all so. Listen to me. Listen to me, moderators. I've been trying to explain to you who the Amber character is, right? And I'm not saying people don't change, but you have to understand where Amber is coming from. Now, here's another thing. She's not a new convert either, because she's been converted from way before based on the storyline. Because she's always been seeking Mama Brenda's advice for things every time she gets in these problems or ditches. So she has cycles and patterns, just like Charmin is mentioning. Yes, Charmin, as I mentioned before, there are cycles and patterns you will see with the Amber character. They are patterns. So when O'Neill see the pattern, because I used to like trading stocks and you had to watch patterns, so that's why O'Neill pay attention to patterns and what people says. That's why O'Neill identified the pattern, which is it's Amber's way of going from one guy to the next guy. Now, I think they're showing you how a lot of people handle relationships, where them don't finish one relationship first. Them just go right into the next relationship instead of just finishing one first before going to the other. Is there someone in the background?
How your energy seems
Who's that?
Sorry about that.
Okay. No worries. Okay, good. Okay, I was on track. So she has these patterns that she goes into, right? That I've always seen her into from what she has going on, and so that's that where it was. Now, only not sorry for the Anthony character either. Let me make this clear because people think I'm pro Anthony. Also, I'm not. But Amber character has been given this level of elevation, right? Because she was progressing and showing signs of elevating. The problem is that people elevated her too far than where she should have been. What O'Neal was trying to do was a reasonable measurement of the Amber character, meaning I'm not saying she's not improving, but all right, that looks kind of weird. Okay, she's improving there, but that looks kind of weird. So I would say those things. And people say, only a hate on Amber character. No, I'm just trying to tell you that looked like something I've seen back this time. This looked like something I've seen back this time. That looked like something I've seen at that point in time. And if you notice, why I knew that Dave was going to be, Amber was going to sleep with is because of what I told you. Based on them releasing of the script. They said the woman like chocolate men. Think of the woman like, she like chocolate men that does business, and she like men that are successful. How O'Neal know that? Because if you look back into the storyline, she's a businessman. It's her first go-to. Why do you think she wants to be on the podcast? For business. Why did she be with Anthony? Because of business. Because that's where it started, right? And I had even the clips, and today even played a clip today just to kind of show people what it looked like and what I was talking about. The same.
Anthony, don't run away every time we have a problem.
I'm not running. I'm leaving.
Amber, you're not leaving anywhere.
Anthony, let me go. What are you doing? Anthony,
we're going to talk about this.
Anthony, let me go. No, get off of me. Get off of me. What are you doing?
You're not going anywhere.
Anthony, let me go.
No.
Stop. Anthony, stop it.
Okay, so I play this because I feel like let me pull the elephant. Let me deal with the elephant in the room. You're not going to see DV skits. You're not going to see that. The Wayne channel doesn't do that because it does not want to lose viewership. They will go very close because it's a social issue, but they're never going to give you Anthony putting him on Spanner and Amber Black and what. Not going to see that. That is way too much for the audience. Because if you notice, just the little grab yesterday triggered like everybody in the comments. If you notice, right? Everybody's got basically triggered by whatever it is that you're seeing. This is a social skit where they sprinkle a little bit of comedy in there. That's what you're seeing. That's exactly what the skit is. So what you're going to see from Anthony is just an emotional man, basically. Just like how Amber was emotional last year, you're seeing Anthony emotional this year. I think somebody said that from before. So if you even look down into the skit in itself, look at how Anthony responded. That's why I know these pieces.
Where was this energy, huh? Where was the energy you was doing your dirt? Now you want to hold on so bad. Let me go.
Amber, stop it. We're not doing this. I'm not letting you leave me. I love you. You're not leaving me. No. No. All right? Let's just sit down and talk about this. All right?
Will you please let me go?
Not until you agree.
We will talk, Anthony. We will talk. Let me go.
Okay, so I want y'all to pay attention to some of the cinematography, right? So the cinematography that they're showing most in this skit is Anthony's face. I just want y'all to understand some of the times how them shoot. Look at Anthony's face. You are supposed to see the hurt and the pain on his face. That's what they want you to see. So that like Nanya can celebrate and say, yes, finally, we have him looking looking like he's busted down. You're supposed to see that. That's what they want you to see. That's what they're expecting you to see. That's what they want to give you, Nanya. They want to make sure you see the pain on Anthony's face. When him a crash out today and I call Shayla and him a call Ernestine and him a call her father, him almost call me have to block him number. You understand? Because him call me, I'm a try call me, I'm a block him. It's a little under me, can't talk to you right now. I'm working. Okay, I'm working. I have to block his number, right? So that's the idea of it. That's how many people he was calling today. Might have called the moderators them too, who knows? But been calling just about everybody today, and their mother, just to see if he can get some amount of empathy from people. He's not going to get that. Now, hoping they show him not get any empathy at all. Even if the father comes and the father may make some corrections, which he may want to do, I still don't want him to enter the character, the hook. That is my take on the storyline. I don't want him being let off the hook because I feel like I want to see the both pieces them work through things. Right? I'm not ready yet for whatever it is. Let me read a couple of comments. Then I'm gonna jump into my first question and we can start getting it from here. Let's see. Mommy, I think Mommy has dropped a super chat. Mommy says, panel, do y'all think he will feel differently once the cheating is confirmed? Ask the answer that is yes, he's going to feel differently. It's probably going to go two ways. He will get very upset, but he'll also be it will be a kind of a confused, I guess, if you want to call it that kind of feeling. I think that's where they're going with that, for him to feel very, very confused. But hey, I'm going to drop it to the panel. Do y'all think he'll feel differently when the cheating is confirmed? Yeah, don't know. Take it. Charmin, if you want to take it, you can, or Nanya, whichever one.
Okay, so I think he'll feel differently in the beginning because that is going to be emotions. But Wayne told him something that was like quite important today. Wayne said he has to take accountability for what he did first and then go to God.
Yeah.
And I think that is going to play a major role in when he finds out that Amber is cheating, because he suspects Amber is cheating because Amber is doing all the things. Remember, Anthony was cheating, and Anthony was doing all of this for months, for years. Anthony was doing all of this, coming home late, spending whatever. So he knows that he suspects Amber is cheating, and then Amber is stupid because it's so easy to confirm. Anthony is rich. He can hire a whole firm of PIs. He can hire a whole firm of PI to watch Amber from she wake up in the morning until she goes to bed at night. So what is she saying? Oh, I'm not cheating. Do you think I'm you? Anthony can find that out in 1, 2, 3. So she is not even thinking that far. And if Anthony confirms it, she is only thinking that she's saying, no, I'm not cheating because of the money. That's all that is on her mind. Because if she admits that she's cheating, she knows she's not going to be getting no money. But that's why she's not lying. So she's cheating and she's lying and she's gaslighting because she's doing all of that. But I think eventually Anthony, okay, and this is where I think they are going with this, the power of forgiveness. They're going to go with the power of forgiveness, because if Anthony will take accountability for what he did, will he be able to forgive Amber for cheating during the marriage? We are not talking about Wayne anymore. That's over with. And today proves it, that it's not about Wayne anymore. If he finds out that Amber is doing what he did in the marriage, will he be able to forgive her? And maybe that's where the writers are trying to go, to show. We say God is not popping, but they want to show what forgiveness really looks like if Anthony is able to forgive Amber.
Let me push back a little before Nanya gets in. So, okay, so I hear that narrative, and people say the Wayne thing doesn't matter. It may not matter, but here's the deal of it. If they're playing it true to form, then the question is this. Because you have cheated before in a relationship with me, okay? Think about yourself as a woman. A man cheat on you before you're married, okay? You get married, you say you forgive it. And him cheat again. You don't think the first cheating is going to pop back up as even, what you call it now, a trigger?
Yeah.
You don't think you're re-triggering that particular wound? That's what I was trying to pinpoint.
It can, but it's going to be maybe in the back of his mind, but he has this one to deal with now, and this is what he will be dealing with. Then
Do you think he's not gonna think about it?
It will in the back of his mind, but I'm saying he will have a fresh cheating to deal with once it's confirmed. So this is what he's going to be dealing with. And if he wants his wife, as he's portraying that he wants his wife, then he's going to be fighting with Dave. So the Wayne thing is not going to even come anywhere there, because he's going to be fighting. Now he has a fight to be fighting with Dave for his wife. So he's not thinking about Dave, because he knows Dave is not a part of this equation now. It's him, Dave, and Amber. So let the better man win.
From there. Give me a couple of comments and I'm going to jump in, Nanya. Angela Phillips said, Anton's lost Amber's heart. He can forget it. The sadness in his face, he's breaking into pieces. The male version of Shayla. Rhonda is laughing. He's full of it. Poor little ting. Amber, he will let you go if you tell him the truth. I know that she couldn't air it out over Dave's house. Come on now. Air out the wig. He can dish it out, but him can't take it. O'Neill is laughing. Somebody's laughing again. They want to see him get punched in the gut. I don't care about Anthony's face. Please share, share, and subscribe. That's team. Don't look like she's going to make it back to Dave tonight. baby, please. Carrie, caught that too. Yes, priorities. Let me get a couple more comments in. I see he's mad that she's packing a bag and leaving again, and his ego won't allow it to happen. He took her keys off. Well, I mean, he might go fight for his wife. But listen to me. These things happen in a regular marriages, you know. Even if a woman, she go fight for the man not leave either. I don't make it look like these things is just like a man thing that a man stopping whatever. When people make these things, someone is up a frame. It is almost as if they've never seen these things before. Like it's strange. Women tell us enough to leave them, hide the key, man. They might throw the key. I had a woman dash my key down by the sea, you know.
Yeah.
Listen to me again. I won't touch my car key in some ocean. Let them know where it is. So let me just cue y'all up that these things happen. Just couldn't get the key back. Good thing we have a spare key. I have to go hard to find the spare key. So let me just tell y'all right off of the cuff. Don't get too. Some more comments let me get to Nanya. Yes, it's all about the money. I don't care about Anthony's pain or his facial expressions. Anthony and Shayla is a perfect match. Deli say ain't gonna be done with Anthony and his maid Tish. Amber fans, if you guys think that Wayne is going to separate his money makers, you are just wasting your time. Amber and Anthony are both the show. I think so. It makes sense. Nanya says close up on who that? Which one? On Anthony's face? Yeah, we have to get a close-up. Angela Ross don't care about his face. Don't worry about him face, friends. We showed you his face because we wanted to let you know that you weren't getting a DV case. We realized that people are trying to paint a DV narrative. In fact, if you don't realize, the skit realized that people were going into that direction, and so they kind of had to basically pair off of it. If you look at a couple of the other skits, they have to make sure they start to separate it because they realize what y'all were saying. Them see the reaction from the audience and realize, hey, we need to pair off a little bit because the audience is getting too triggered because people were getting triggered, you know what I mean, by what they were seeing. Let me give 5 more. Let's see. O'Neill said he blocked the number. Of course, we blocked the number. I don't want to talk to him. Dave is a rebound. Someone says Anthony has to learn to be a sovereign human being and depend on anyone and don't depend on anyone for his happiness. That's both of them. That's both of them need to depend on themselves. Because by the way, both of them depend on other people for their happiness. Yeah. Both of them depend on other people for happiness. Because that's what Amber is doing right now. Depending on Dave to be happy. And you can't depend on a man to be happy. So those are where I flag her for. Misty, so Carrie's laughing for Misty. Hopefully the father will help Anthony, a man and a husband, give him sound advice. Anthony needs to hear from a man. O'Neill, I think he'll be upset, but he still won't leave her. Then someone else says, I don't feel sorry for Anthony. I just don't like what Amber did either. She was out for revenge. She should have left without the 50%. See, they are my argument because she would have been perfectly fine and she don't need the money. But other people say, no, O'Neill, she needs the money. She's got to get the money, O'Neill. She can't leave the money. That's what y'all told me. Oh, no, Nanya, go ahead. Go ahead, Nanya. Go ahead. Get right in and give us your theory as well. Go ahead, Nanya.
Okay, so I was talking with Hemi Girl, Magnolia. I can't think. Anyway, I drew a blank that fast. Let me put this out there. If you ever notice, the first thing, Wayne's favorite stories are the David stories, David and Bathsheba, right?
Okay.
He's always reading David and Bathsheba. That's the first clue. The second clue is that Uriah, and this is not my whole theory, but Uriah is Bathsheba's husband that was unalived on the battlefield because David kept sending him out there, right? Uriah, remember Dave said something about the funeral being a death, like I always say, because it's like death. The marriage looks like it's Uriah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first baby Amber lost, number one. Bathsheba lost her first baby.
Okay.
Number two, Dave, if you look at it in a biblical sense, just in a modern biblical sense, look at it this way. Why is Wayne in David all the time? Dave's name is David. Oh, and by the way, that's her real fiance, you guys, if you didn't know. And that's Ray. But I digress. So then King Solomon was born, right? What if Amber, now I'm not talking about the cheating right now. I'm just pointing out some pieces that we were talking about. Amber has a baby by Dave. It would be baby David, right? That would be baby David. Okay, keep that in mind. The second thing, I think that, and I'm not going to go into a lot more right this second, but I think Wayne is on the fence about what to do with this. In the beginning, I said Dave is a godsend for Amber to help her and work through whatever she's working through. Then I thought maybe
is he still a godsend?
He's a godsend. I think so. Okay. And whether there's sin in there or not, because the Lord does forgive. Look what he did with David and Bathsheba, right? David went through hell because he took on what Bathsheba did and what he did, the sinning. So I'll put this out there. Last night, when I watched the video with the black and white, what I took from that was Amber giving all of her pain to Dave. And that is why I think Amber said, and I tell you, O'Neill, this is not surface level. So put your creative hat on, because I know you're creative. She said, I teared up when I saw the black and white part, because I wasn't really looking at all that other garbage. I don't care. But then the black and white popped on, and I relived the pain that Amber went through. And this is how we got started on this conversation. And when she says, I think what Amber did, and Amber is a rebounder, just like probably half of this country. And I've been wanting to tell you that. There is nothing new to be a rebounder. I'm not a rebounder, but people are rebounders every single day. So that tag that you guys want to put on her, come on. A lot of people do. I'm not saying it's okay. She's cheating. That's fine. That it is what it is. But what if Anthony has to fight for Amber? Right? And that's where the godsend part comes in. What if he literally has to fight to get Amber back? If he can get her back. Amber is checked out. Doesn't want to be there. She can move. and at this point, I think she should call her attorney and do just that. Dave, and Dave's parents have a church in Charlotte, which is probably why they were in Charlotte. Just another piece of information that I gathered. There's Carol. The other part is that baby David, you've got Dave, who is David of, I see your face, O'Neill, David and Bathsheba.
Yes.
Now, at the end of this storyline, I don't know what Wayne has planned, but I do know that Anthony, if he wants his wife back, he's going to have to fight. And that means he's going to have to find God, just like Wayne told him today. If he doesn't find God, he doesn't have a prayer in hell of getting Amber back. That's the second thing. And you know I feel no sympathy for Anthony whatsoever. Never will. And the other thing, let me see if I have one more piece that I'll just put out there. And just
hold on to your notes. So you think him really going to fight for the Popo after seeing Dave? Dave is a bigger human being than Anthony right now. You think he can come up with Dave?
If you listen to what Dave said about when Amber told Dave she thought he was going to hit her, what did he say? He said they are both businessmen. So in other words, I don't know if that means I'll pay to get her out of this town. We don't know what that means, but that's what he said to Amber. And that's not boxing. It's business, right? So what does that mean? I don't know, but that's what Dave said to Amber.
That they're businessmen. Okay, so hold a pin right there. So the businessman track, and I'm gonna get someone else to think because I don't want to dominate. But the businessman trick for me has a lot of significance, because here's another significant piece of all of this. Amber keeps seeking businessmen, right? And when you seek a businessman thinks in terms of business. The audience, a lot of the ladies have been saying, oh, he's a businessman, he's been thinking like a businessman, he's always a businessman, can't understand love and whatever. Y'all have been saying these various things. And I try to kind of give some inflection into businessmen, them kind of think the way they go certain ladies, because it is what it is. Them always working most of the times. So now, one of the things that has brought up is coming back even with a lot Dave was given before, which is the grass is not always green on the other side.
Right.
Basically, is the same thing that she's going for. In other words, to me, Dave not stay long, because basically Dave is already saying, listen to me, I'm basically a businessman. In fact, one of the things he said last night was, well, hey, you should just move on. It's just a businessman. So I should just, based on how he said it, tells you everything. In other words, hey, if you get her, you get her. If you don't get her, you don't get her. It's on to the next chick. That's basically how he's looking at that. So at this point in time, Nanya, your girl is not set up too well. She's set up basically as another man's.
I'm presenting my theory. I'm not defending Amber. Amber is cheating outright. Amber has checked out, and she said today she is free. She said she's free, right? She did say that today. If you remember, as far as the businessman goes,
yes, I don't like that reference, because to me, that makes him sound a little like Anthony, except that Anthony is a narcissist. Is Dave a narcissist? Now, they're all narcissists. Listen, that I don't know yet, because I haven't seen it, but he probably is. He doesn't have a wife. He's looking for a queen. She told him she did something over and over and over. You know he knows that was an affair. The man's not a dumb man. The second thing, is he a minister? We don't know. We just saw him minister to Amber. Ministers cheat just like anybody else. Okay, so all the no's, they cheat. And let's not play that we don't know that. Okay. But I'm not defending Amber. And I will never defend Anthony ever, unless he finds God. If he doesn't find God, then we've got a David and Bathsheba on our hands. And Amber, I do think, will get so fed up, she will walk away.
and Amber may very well end up alone. Or you've got the David and Bathsheba scenario on the other side, where she has a baby David. She has a baby
That's a
David.
baby David already.
If she has a baby David, she doesn't have a baby. If she has a baby David, then that might do something to Dave, because Dave has no children that we know of. He has no wives, no ex-wives. He said he's waiting for his queen. He knows she cheated. And if he is of God and he understands repentance, he understands forgiveness, he sees how Anthony blows up her phone over, he sees the whole picture. Because of course I thought he was a player, just straight out. But there's a little more to him than what we think. We just haven't seen everything. There is. It's
More,
not all game. It's not all game. But I'm not juvenile. I'm not juvenile to think that this is a perfect man, because he's not. No man is perfect. But if Anthony doesn't find God, he's going to lose Amber. Amber is not for the streets. She's not a 304 yet. And I don't think Amber is reverting back to her old self. I don't see that. I don't see that. I don't care what kind of faces you make. It doesn't matter to me. Even though I love you still, I don't see that. You can walk away. You can be by yourself. Some people choose not to be alone. But will she stay with Dave? I have no idea. It depends on which way Wayne decides to take his pen and write the story. So it's either going to be a David and Bathsheba, death of their marriage, which is Uriah, and then the birth of another baby. And why do you think Dave's name is Dave? His name is Dave because of baby David. So right now they have two paths they can take. One is the David and Bathsheba, and one is Anthony finding God and working on trying to get Amber back. So I'm going to stick with the two paths, and I'm going to watch them both and see where this story takes us. The cheating and all that, I see it, and I'm not dismissing it. But I do know that holding her hostage is a Shayla move. He needs to go back over there with Shayla. But that's neither here nor there. That's a hostage move. You can't keep that woman in that house, right? The father coming there, he's got a Shayla. So what's he gonna do? His girlfriend is like, what, 30 years old, and he's like 70. So we know what the father is like. And I'm gonna leave it there for now. But I see two paths, and I see that if Amber is pregnant in real life, it's gonna go David and Bathsheba. If she's not pregnant in real life, then we're gonna go the other way, and Anthony will forgiveness. And the other thing is that Anthony is worldly. Remember, he's telling Amber, no, it's not Amber that's worldly, it's Anthony. And that is why he's friends with Wayne.
So Amber is what? If Anthony's worldly, what is Amber?
We don't know yet. I don't know what it is because I haven't seen her pick up her Bible lately. Wait, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you want me to make up something? I'm not gonna make up anything. I don't do that.
Let me jump in.
I don't see it.
I want to jump in too.
You better pick up that Bible.
I'm gonna have you jump in one journey.
Nothing. I can't say anything about it because I haven't seen her with her Bible. Right now, she's slipping, and I don't know if Amber's slipping into a depression, or is she still? Oh, money law, hush. That's my online boyfriend. Go away, money law.
So let me jump in. Let me jump in because I think I can't allow the audience not to get. I'm gonna get you in one journey. Let me.
I'm just giving money law a hard time.
Nanny, my grandmother used to say, "Hard head makes us soft." Whatever it is, y'all take the wrong thing. Y'all take was wrong last week.
I say that to this day.
Y'all take was wrong last week, but continue on. Let me get in before you get in here one journey. Let me say this. No, Amber is reverting back to her old ways again. She's going back into the same trick. Hold on, and let me give you all the piece of this. The way Wayne writes in a notion of he never writes any clear story. So if you're looking for a clear Job story, you're not going to get it. If you're looking for a clear Uriah story, you're not going to get it. So in other words, he writes these things to be messy. And Amber is one of those characters that has always been messy. She has her she's now, now you're established with the Amber Dalton, who is supposed to be the lady that was upstanding, and then who is Detroit Amber or Amber Ty, which is the alter ego. Those are the two pieces that them right as far as what's going on. What we're seeing is exactly what we get. Oh, what I will tell you is this. This is why the audience has these tug of wars, because they feel like Amber is whitewashed and every other character is seen as, hey, him have this, him have this, him have that, him have this. But you know what? No, not Amber. I'm not sure where Amber is at yet. Maybe she's going to come. Maybe she's going to do this. Maybe she's going to get to there. Maybe she might just do this. I'm not sure what she's going to do yet. But everybody else, we know. And that's why I said that all of them, if we're going to use the narcissist term, because I say everybody uses it on them reviews. Hey, everybody, Anthony a narcissist. This is a narcissist. But then when Amber pulls out her narcissistic game, everybody get quiet. Everybody gone. Crickets, basically, it's crickets when Amber's narcissistic ways come out. Like it came out today, and it has come out for have speak and O'Neill. Don't play for pull the files now. But let me just remind people before you get in one journey. Let me just remind people, because I deliberately pull up clips so that people who are new to the show can see.
Anthony doing big. Yeah. I said, was y'all kicking it? He said no. So you and Anthony kicking it like that?
Yes, we are kicking it like that.
Y'all act like y'all, how that happen so fast? It's just all of a sudden, 1 minute y'all talking about y'all business, then we sitting there, y'all.
I'm just playing those to show you that I know Amber has been moving around town. Okay, it's not now that she's been moving around town. We've known that she has done this from before. We're very aware of the Amber character. No, what we were doing, the other side of the audience who's been watching this, we're trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. Much like what we're doing right now with Wayne and the, what you call it, the honeypot girl. Because Wayne and the honeypot girl, Mr. Believe that, but Mr. You know what, O'Neill, hey, go along with Wayne and is according to him, changed himself, that he's a changed man. But that's who those two characters have been. Those characters, your Mike, your Wayne, your Rolanda, your Amber, they're just about close in the same place. In fact, and I made a DMX video today of the amount of different persons that Amber has in her, different bodies. And she have enough. She have enough, more than the other people them. But you know what, one journey, I'm gonna yield the floor to you, one journey. Jump right on in. You can get on in. Go ahead, one journey.
When they were in the balcony in the back, his words sound a lot like Anthony, and I'm wondering, did Anthony send him to trap her? And even she paused at some point because the words were so familiar. And I didn't know what was up with that. And she even paused like, wait a minute, I heard this before. So I was just a thought, that's all.
You're not sure of the words? Because those words have always been repeated. Wayne said the same things. Okay. Dave says the same things. That's what I've been trying to tell y'all. It's a cycle y'all are watching. Okay, and O'Neill knows the cycle. The other people in the audience we say are complaining on the prior to the O'Neill, they have been watching Amber for years. We've been watching this from 2021 when she's been flipping out and rolling up on Wayne in our car. I mean, listen to me. We don't know. Y'all just come meet Amber Dalton and think, you know what I mean? Hey, you know, oh Lord, she's done some things now. She's done some things. She run upon, when Mike was in a committed relationship with Rolanda, she made sure she broke that apart. She's done these things. Shayla, even Shayla used to talk to her about what she was doing a lot of the times, and she never really cared at that point in time. That's why Shayla's comments were the comments that she made at the point there. So, but of course, not because Shayla made those mean I'm going to side with Shayla, because I don't side with Shayla because you can't have so basically that's for me. I'm gonna get you in here, Charmin, because I have to get you in here, and then we get Ashley in here, because y'all have to spread the love around, and then Sharon Reviews need to come in as well too. Let me get some comments. Anthony once told Amber if the tables were turned, he wouldn't accept her child. Somebody said, Amber, listen to her dad. That's why them call the dad. Amber not a 3 or 4. Hey, somebody defending her, just like yourself, Nanya. Depression. She's living with her best life creeping. She's not depressed. She is. But no worries, Nanya. They're just giving them a response. Someone says eyes wide shut. Somebody says Anthony can find God all he wants, in my opinion. He needs to go find God for himself, not just get back with Amber. That's Twilia. Did Anthony tie Amber? Tell Amber where Amber is. Did Amber? Okay, I'm not sure. That was okay. Anthony put the Bible down a long time ago. Well, if them put the Bible down a long time ago. Listen to me. They only go for God when they need God. Even Amber herself. Only when things get bad, and this is Amber's pattern as well. When things get bad, the Amber that you see crying last year, oh Lord, I can't believe, is the Amber we see before that. She goes to Mama Brenda's feet regularly. Them go to Mama Brenda regularly for them regular dose. She and Phil go for them regular dose by Mama Brenda. So Mama Brenda can pray for them. That is the known thing. Go Mama Brenda, them check. Listen to me, when them out of prayer or them out of blessing, them say, let me dial Mama Brenda then. Mama Brenda, you know, I'm gonna need some blessing because you look like I've run out. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Hold on, let me read some more comments. Mommy says he doesn't want us to like anybody in his skit. I mean, no one. Wayne is writing for pure entertainment and not substance. Correct. So you have to get the piece of substance when they come. That is true. If Anthony would have given her that Cinnabon for her birthday, should have threw it away. Correct. Because Dave Gear, so it is. Amber doesn't give a darn anymore. That's Nanya, that's you. Amber is slipping on Amber pipe. Eh? She's slipping on Dave's pipe. Who's that? Give me one moment here. I say this with love. Amber is a 3 or 4. Amber is gone. Listen. You all don't want no goody two shoes, Amber. Y'all begging for Detroit, Amber. Well, they were begging for Detroit, Amber. She came back. Agreed on Hill. Anthony is depressed. Now, I think maybe they're going to give us that. The holding of the chest, I think they're going to give us that pretty soon. Because we know Anthony is synonymous that. I'm hoping, I'm expecting that. Let me say that much. If they don't give it to me this one, Amber just need to wear a scarlet letter. My gosh. The trench coat opened his eyes, reminded of the maid outfit he's going down Berlin. And Charmin, I have a question for you. She never get Anthony the trench coat special. No. Anthony did not get the trench coat special. Nanya, we're gonna say y'all say
it's a nice trench coat.
Yes.
It was nice. It was nice.
Stop right here. So let me stop right here. So
and the kitty heels.
That's correct. Y'all say Anthony is in love with Anthony, and he did not get the trench coat special. He get everything else. He paid everything else. Even she give him the maid outfit special, but he never get the trench coat special from Amber. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so let me tell you. All right. So first of all, Amber is cheating in plain sight. Amber is cheating in plain sight. That is one. Secondly, we talking about Amber and God. You remember when the whole Anthony and Sheila episode happened, and Amber was coming into the house with Brittany, and Mama Brenda was there. What did Amber say to Mama Brenda that day? So Amber was not in even after she found Anthony. Yeah, I think it was the same day she ran up on Sheila with Kai. When Kai was in the car, and she and Brittany came back in the house, and Mama Brenda was saying about God, and she blasted Mama Brenda about God. You remember? She blasted Mama Brenda about God, and Mama Brenda was the one who held her and started to pray. Mama Brenda was the one who held her that day and started to pray. So Amber, even after the whole thing, Amber was still not in no Bible. Amber was trying to run all over town to fight Sheila, to find Anthony and all of that. So it was that day after she ran up on after she ran up on Sheila, where Kai was in the car, and she came back to her house with Brittany. That was the first time she started talking about God, when Mama Brenda was the one who held her and prayed for her. And from there on out, she started to talk about and get into her word, and Mama Brenda tell her that she need to get into her word. So let's not fool ourselves. Amber was never into any word until that day, and she was going through trauma and trauma before that regarding the whole Anthony and Sheila thing. Amber, and I'm saying this with all the love, Amber has lost her way, and I don't care who want to come for me. Amber has lost her way. And everybody's saying, oh, Dave is a minister, Dave is spiritual. The devil is spiritual. because the devil was in heaven on the right side of God. And he was
God
doing
kick him out?
all manner of evil until he was thrown out. The devil can repeat all those scriptures. The devil can repeat all those scriptures that Dave is repeating. So there's nothing special about Dave because the devil can do that, what Dave is doing. And let me tell you something else. They said they're going to be false prophets. And we don't know if Dave is not a false prophet. Because I know
Taking
a
the
lot
pum
of people who prophesize and are not genuine. The Bible tells you that the wheat and the tares will grow until the day of harvest because they resemble each other, but you will only know them when you're ready to harvest them. So trust me, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that Dave is some preacher or some minister because they have false prophets. I've known quite a few of them. They only go to God when their conscience is bothering them. Regarding Amber last night with the black and white, Amber was just trying to get into a frame of mind to justify what she was going to do. That's all that was. She was just trying to bring forth all that pain and that hurt to justify giving Dave the pum-pum. That's all she was doing last night.
Yes, Charmy, you tell them.
Hurt. She was not doing any place from depression. She was just doing it from a place of justification. I yield the floor.
Give me a little minute. I'm going to jump right in. Read some comments. Thank you very much, Charmaine. Well said. I believe that as well. Because you can't bring baby David into a thought process of losing your child and Sheila name. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. When Amber lost baby David, people can keep talking. It's not Anthony make you lose baby David or Sheila make you lose baby David. And that's why it bothers me how you are still telling me about friends with Sheila, complain about the baby, say you lose this baby, but at the same point, this is exactly why O'Neal gets confused. I'm not going to take up Charmaine a little time this time. I'm not take up my time because Charmaine, you go on, go there, I'm going to put somebody else on. Let me read some comments. Give me a moment. There is nothing under this 3 or 4 normal form before she returns back to the streets is a godly woman. Women is the typical, this Amber is Amber is the typical modern 304. This is what I describe as the 304 now. It's not, in case people don't really, when people say the 304, them no mean, they don't mean a prostitute. They mean girl promiscuous and do promiscuous things like this. But that doesn't have any code. Them not go from code. They don't operate from code. Most of you women that are on the panel that are inside of my chat, most of you operate from code. You don't do certain things. Some of them things that Amber doing, you wouldn't do. It's like O'Neal has been saying, there is no way when you decide your mind you're going to get a divorce, get the divorce first. Then move on to whatever else it is. Get it first, man. Come out of the way first. Ain't no way you can be at the man's house, like Ashley is saying. And you're there doing whatever. Can you imagine if that was Anthony in there, you would get the same thing. We can imagine because we saw what basically it was, she almost run him over. So we can imagine exactly what that was when he was cheating right then and there. So you're right that him playing a dangerous game. So let me read comments. Somebody says, I need to see Anthony and Sheila cry. Just me going bald. Believe me, Anthony going bald some more. Don't worry. He's been crying every time Dave put a stroke in him bald. Amber is a single. She filed for a divorce. She no longer committed. She's not single. She's married. For the people who are single in the comments, listen to me again. When you are married, you have to wait until you get the divorce paper because if something were to happen, they are going to come look for you. So stop this thing for things. Say you can't just do whatever else that you want to know. Marriage come with certain what you call it, rules and regulations. It is what it is. They're gonna come look for, if something happens, they will come to look for you. You can't get rid of that. So you're not single. If you were single, then there's no need to come look for me. There's no need to check out if there's one to be seen or there's no need to look for me. But when you are married, that's a little bit different. They can come after you in certain regards. They can come after you in a child support. In some marriages, them can come after you in certain debts. They can come after you for a lot of things. I've known people where them even go after the IRS went after the wife. Let me just show you that. So in other words, for those people who don't understand the context, why I keep saying Amber is still married. That's what it means. That's what it means. Just so we'll put some context. Says Mama Brenda is now in the street. So come on now. What mean Mama Brenda in the street?
Not she in the streets. Where's she get the streets?
Oh, yeah, dating.
You have a boyfriend.
She had a couple dates. Dang.
Streets. Okay.
Oh my God.
Hold on, let me read a couple more. Dave is just like Wayne, not willing to commit, no husbands. I think that's what I saw. No willing for commitment at all. Dave just a play the game outside there, a player. May I listen to Dave words them. Hey, you can be my buddy, my friend. I'm just, what you mean? Dave is with the woman while she's there with her husband. Listen, you sleep with a person, husband, as person, wife. When you are sleeping with a person's wife, it ain't willing to go along with the foolishness. You're a player. You're just able to get the pum pum with the least amount of what you call it, the least amount of things for you to do. In other words, the husband does the work at the yard and you just come in and you provide the service. Let me tell you how men look on it. That's how men look on it. I come in and I provide the service. And when men talk up, exactly, when men talk about this, they don't talk about well. Them say, yeah, man, you know, so she just come bring it to me, man. Say, you know, so me just come deal with it, and that's about it. You know, make me food. What? You know, the other day even cook me as well. Yeah, man, she will do anything me tell her. That's how you're looked at. This is why O'Neal is a bit disappointed in the Amber character, because that's how it now looks. And you can't justify it. There's no, well, it give away her entire thing, but again, it's a skit, and of course, they're just kind of pinpointing to your optics, you know, as to how things look at different point. Somebody says when Amber dresses sexy for Anthony, he laughed at her. I don't think she pulled out the trench coat special though. So come on, Carol, she never pulled out the trench coat special. Me never see the trench coat special yet. This is the first O'Neal I see the trench coat special, so don't bother with that. You're talking about when she was dressed up in the maid costume. She never mastered the maid costume, but she had the trench coat special. Though. Should I give it that? Lots of trench coats on the 42 back. Someone says, let's see. Angela Phillips and Amber are hiding. What's going on? What's going on? What's she to get money? See. Amber read the Bible 3 times. She's not a virtuous woman. Someone else says that's what they say. No, I agree with people now by saying that they're also saying, and One Journey says this a lot in the chat, that no one has clean hands. May I agree with that position. By the way, let me just make people know that. None of them have clean, virtuous position. You know what I mean? They all have, and I think that's what Skit is trying to do, to show the flux between, you know, you as a personality. You know what I mean? Like, meaning you have different pieces as you go along. Let me read about 5 more and I'm going to get who's, you know, because they're coming in, then sharing reviews. Mommy says, Charmaine, say it louder for the people at the back to hear. The devil was not spiritual. If he was, he would know not to try God. Good for Amber. Someone says, I have a question. Did God forgive King David when he committed adultery with Bathsheba and he set it up to have her killed? God forgave him, but God punished King David for what he did. Somebody mentioned that in the comment, just so you know that. I'm pretty sure that she prayed before she was at Dave's. I know what's going on right there. So let me give one more comment and then you can jump right on in here. Let me pick one. Amber wanted the baby because Shayla had one. Also, I remember that. I do remember that she basically, she powered through the baby David thing, even though we were saying she could have done, what you call it? She could have done the IVF basically. You know, she basically powered through, because I remember her, it's like she was doing there was a competition thing going on with her and Shayla. I do remember that. So you're right, Erica, for stating that. That's actually a fact that we can pretty much get in there. I'm gonna pause here. I'll take some more comments after this. Go ahead, Ashley, and then and then you go ahead again. Go on, Ashley. Anything you want to add to it here and so far?
I want to go as far as her getting pregnant, having a baby. It could happen. I won't put that out there just yet. I don't, because you never know what Wayne does with his storylines. He could say one thing and he's going off somewhere else. So, but You know, it is what it is. She's checked out. I don't see it going anywhere but down. You know, but I don't see much hope for this marriage. I don't. You know, and it takes two to make a marriage work.
Takes two.
You ain't trying to give in. She ain't trying to give in. You don't give in. You just bump heads. So, you know, I mean, I don't know what else to say, but it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a lot of fights, manipulation. You know, people's going to get involved. Shayla's going to get involved. Melissa, her crazy self, she's going to get involved. You're probably going to be the one to tell it all. And, you know, my thing is what's going to happen when it comes out? Are they still going to be messing around? I don't. That's what I want to know. That's why I'm waiting to see. You know,
comes out.
is he going to start being distant and funny acting and go back to your husband? Like, I want to see what happens when this comes out. That's what I want to see. Because it's definitely going to blow up in her face and she's going to look stupid. You know, that she gave it up to him like that. Now, all of a sudden, he's backing up and being distant. Like, you know, I mean, I want to see what happens when this comes out. And it's definitely going to come out very soon. With that Melissa acting all crazy she is, you know. And
with what she has going on? You say with what she's got going on with Melissa and all of the different people?
Yeah, Melissa, I definitely see her being the one putting it all out there because she's definitely picking up something going on. And she might just catch him at that house. I mean, what an idiot. Why would you even have sex at his house? Go somewhere private at least. I mean, this is why every character in these skits are stupid when they cheat. Oh, let's have Mike having an affair with Lisa at his house. What a fool. Everybody's a fool. You know, when it comes to cheating on these skits, it's just crazy. You know? So, I mean, what happened today, I'm just not surprised by it. I'm really not. Amber's been like this from the very beginning. You know, I felt like she was trying to change, but
it got weird. I got a question for you. Mommy says there's no justification for cheating. What I noticed was that a lot of people were saying, well, you know, let me probably ask you that. Is there justification for cheating? Because there's a lot of people who were in the comments who said, well, of course, it makes sense that you cheat. And I understand, you know, because, you know, I mean, Anton doing so and so, so it makes sense that she cheats. Do you ride with that narrative as well?
No. There's no justification for cheating. I don't care how badly Anthony hurt Amber. You don't go and do the exact same thing because then you're on the same level as him. You know, you're still a married woman by the end of the day, and by the law, you are a married woman. Even if she left the house and had her own place, you know, she still is married to him regardless. It doesn't matter. Legally, you are still married to that man. And until it is finalized, you are still a married woman and should be acting as such. And
that's what I told people.
Staying true to your vows, like you were saying this whole time, but you're not staying true to your vows. He's not staying true to he been stopped staying true to his vows, but now you're just doing the exact same thing as him. And for you to stand up there today and say, I'm not cheating, it's delusional, talking crazy, you know, but she still thinks she's going to get that 50%. That's why she's talking like that, thinking like he's not going to find out. And you have to be a fool to think this is not going to get out. And that's why she's not talking to Danielle, right? Because she's trying to prevent this from coming out. Not even thinking about Melissa, his co-worker.
That makes sense.
You know, so, I mean, there's no justification for it. You're a cheater just like him. You're no better than him at this point. I mean, yeah, He didn't. The only difference is she ain't get pregnant. And hey, if she get pregnant,
That's
then
what I said. All bets are off.
same line. Definitely the same line if that happens.
That's what I said too.
She needs to keep those legs closed and move out the house and stay true to her vows until things are finalized. And if she wants things finalized, I highly suggest that she just take anything at this point and keep it moving. And that's all I gotta say about that.
No worries. Thank you. Let me get it. Bilderberg boy had a comment here, and Bilderberg boy says Dave is getting $10,000 a quarter and Amber's bun. So Dave is definitely winning because he gets paid and him get paid 2 ways. Him get paid in a cash and him paid in a kind. Lord, what am I gonna get paid like that? Let me start make a phone. Let me make a phone call. Hold on. Make me call boy. Everybody get him in a cash on kind. Oh, she's not here. Okay, never mind. Never mind, friends. Come on, Wayne. The same script. The cast is getting old. Someone else says, let me read y'all super chat to make sure they are there. Okay, let me read about a couple comments and then Sharon reviews. You're gonna jump in here now. I thought Melissa is going to catch them at Dave and at Dave's in the act. I don't know if she's gonna catch him today because I think knowing Kountry Wayne, trust me, he'll take 3-4 months before him before he even gets to that. Come on, look at I and Diva right now. It's been going on for a while. I'm just saying. It's been happening. It's still happening right now. You know, Raph is still an idiot. So correct. Someone else says, give me a moment, Nanya. Someone else says, if Amber's cheating is justified, then when Shayla said she went after Anthony because it seemed Anthony didn't care, then it's fair. Dave is essentially Shayla. This is exactly why I did not. I'm refusing to go with the line of justifying Amber's cheating, because if I do that, then it means I cannot criticize Anthony and if I can criticize Anthony. Ain't no way. Because ain't no way I can let him off of the hook to say that because Amber had done her thing and because whatever the deal is, so him keep cheating. Ain't no way I'm gonna let him off of the hook with it. That's exactly why I won't do that. A multi-million-dollar mansion of a single man. Where else is she gonna do it? However, I do like the storyline. She probably do it at a hotel. That's what Ashley probably saying. Go to some hotel. I was hoping Melissa came in on Dave and Amber. Then someone else says, if Anthony finds God, he'll still have to pay for what he did. Finding God doesn't exempt him. I don't think so. He'll still get the karma. You will still see the karma, man. That's why you see the face for him have. He might get more than that. You will be seeing Anthony grabbing that chest. Writers, show me some right. I know him gonna grab the chest. I'm not telling him I'm gonna grab the chest again. But anyways, well, Dave said he's on the skits for some time. Okay, Dave said that. Cheating is cheating, no matter who is doing it. 50%. Amber is going to put Dave before her marriage and whatever opinion her father has, much like what Shayla is doing. With Iman. That I can see that. That's interesting. That is interesting. Because if you look at how she responds to Dave, one of the things today I saw was her not taking Wayne's phone call. I don't know if anyone caught that. Normally, Amber takes Anthony's phone, Wayne's phone call. If she not take anybody else's phone call, she take Wayne's phone call. So you see, basically, well, I think I can leave these two men right here. So because Dave is now basically, Dave is able to do it all then. In other words, that's what we get from it. Amber forgave Anthony under God. God's laws, wanted to stay with Anthony as her husband. That's Pink Blue says, I think you all care about the money than Amber. Why? What do you mean? They said I care about the money than Amber. She thought she was pregnant by Wayne. I think people are saying because we should be encouraging her more just to leave the money versus trying to want to stay for the money. I think that's what that comment is referring to. Those legs are wide open. Sorry, guys. Dave is definitely winning. He's winning. Dave is winning. He's getting paid and he's getting laid. That's, hey, styling and profiling. The effectivity surrounding the storyline would not allow for a longer stretch if it came out prior to the divorce to satisfy the karmic review. I think it's going to come out afterwards. So there you go. And someone says she should just leave the marriage with a year's supply of honey buns.
Come on, there. I think that. I think
I'm gonna buy a girl a box of honey buns and send them go get her and say, listen to me, just go on. Just Leave Anthony and go on. Left him. Just leave him. Get his sunny buns right here. I thought Melissa was coming to the door. She's not yet. If a woman really wants out, she will walk away and leave the money. I know that. So a lot of people have been saying that as well. It's not just that comment right there. A lot of other people have been saying when you're really tired and done. It's not, I don't think it's just a woman, ladies. Let me cue you up on that. It's not just a woman. Males do that too. If them decide their mind that them can't bother, them just leave it go and just, let it go for what it is. Anthony should have confronted her about the constant wig changes. That's clearly a sign of a woman cheating. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Oh, really?
Yes. You know what? Sharon Reviews, I'm bringing in here, Sharon Reviews. I'm going to tell you this, Sharon Reviews. I've learned a lot from this community because the trench coat, on a catch with the trench coat. I didn't know the trench coat means something. Me never know. So basically, the woman wear the trench coat have underneath and all them kind of stuff. And me never know that if she changing the wig, that is something. Basically, that's what I'm hearing now. She change the wig, that is something.
It is
I
weird.
didn't know these things. If she change it,
she'll be wearing a red wig next.
she wear a red one. Okay, she change the wig, then she'll go on with things. Okay, she hot girl business. Go ahead, Sharon Reviews. Get in the conversation, and then we get
What's the
Go ahead,
question?
Sharon Reviews. Well, we just chatting this evening about what's going on. I think you can take anything anybody's saying. Anyone else want to take any part of the story.
Okay, let me jump into when Amber go to the house. That's why I put my earpiece in, mute the phone so I can see what it's saying, right? So Amber said to him, he was so mad, he acted like he was going to hit me. Oh, Dave says, oh, no, we not going to do that. Too deep in my life to let that happen. And then Amber is saying, you got me. And Dave said, oh yeah, I ain't playing about you, baby girl. We're not going to do that. I like the way that sounds, Amber said. So I know that God have a plan. From I saw Anthony wearing that t-shirt. I do not know what the plan is yet. But Amber, when I was watching it, because it was live, I didn't even get to watch it before I put it on. And when I saw that she actually doing it, I says, wow, it has to be a dream. You know what I mean? And then one journey said to me, but Sharon, you same one said she had to get out of her system. She gotta do it again. You said your child, she have to do it. Because I've been saying this from I got my channel. And even on here, Amber saw Dave. And it's like, if you meet a soulmate, some people, you'll hear it, some people have experienced that. And she saw him and her breath was taken away. And then Dave, off the phone, he's on there, he turned around and it's the same reaction he had just like her. A couple of days later, Amber decided that she wanted a divorce. And you asked us, Moderator, is it because of Dave McAnfer asked for a divorce? And what did they say? No. And what did I say? What did I say? I tried my best not to be too naughty. And I said, Amber realized what she was missing in her marriage. That is why she asked for a divorce. But when we keep on looking more closer to the incident, they are picking up the nuggets that we all, Nanya, Charmaine and I pick up our nuggets. And I'm looking at it. And they keep saying, Dave is a godsend for Amber and McKeep. Whatever, they're right. And when we look back into myself, I say, come on, Sharon, you better stop that nonsense and speak what you see. So I said, all right. Amber asked for this divorce because she wanted Dave. And she was talking about that dark chocolate and she was licking that ice cream. And she just shut on O'Neill out. So O'Neill Anthony wasn't getting anything anymore. So, with that being said, when Shayla came to the restaurant and she said, Shayla knows Amber time. And she says, my God, that is a nice, delicious man there. Amber said, stay away from my husband and stay away from Dave. He's my marketer. Then what Amber did the next day. She went home and in the morning she says, Anthony, this is over, getting a divorce. And you know what I mean? So Amber saw him. Amber decided, says, you know what? Sheila, you can have Anthony. I saw something better and I'm going after him. And that's exactly what Amber did. I love Amber. I'm not going to, I am just calling a spade a spade. I know all of you guys gonna come from me, but at the end of the day, we're looking
Them can't come for you, friend. Them can't come for you, only there for back you.
I'm speaking the truth. Amber should have waited until when she get, even if she met, even if it's her soulmate and God give him to her, and that man is for her. Remember, I says it can go either way. It's either Dave is hers, and they brought Dave in as her love interest, and Anthony is gonna go with Delicia, and people are telling me, say no. From the day I saw Anthony serenading to Delicia, I know something was off. And I said, that is another nugget. He was smitten with Delicia, just like Amber is smitten with Dave. So if Nanya is correct and says that is the cameraman Dave, that is Amber real love interest in real life, maybe he is going to be acting with her now, and they're going to let Anthony goes off with Delicia. It could go that way, or they can, no, it can, you know what I mean? It can, if it's really her guy, because if you really think about it, she and Anthony haven't been, they do little things, but this one, because today when I was looking at the kiss, I'm saying, that look real, you know what I mean? So maybe none of them after something, because that looked like that was a real kiss Dave gave her, and you can see that. You understand? I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at every angle so I can be genuine with my audience. You understand? So I look at that, and then we picked her up and I said, something, but it didn't believe it. So we just have to look at the little nuggets. And then what Wayne said to Anthony today, I said, that's another clue. So maybe they're trying to show us off is either Dave is Amber new love interest, or Anthony and Amber will not get the divorce, or maybe they'll get the divorce. But Amber is moving from shit. Even if you go back and look at my tape that I did last night, O'Neill, you'll hear I said to the audience, do you think Amber's read anything underneath that trench coat? Because I know she was up to something. I knew she was up to something. And then she gave, and when I mentioned to my audience that Amber, what did I say to my audience? I'm trying to remember the right word I used. Anyway, Amber have a plan, and Charmaine is right. Amber execute it, because she does, even when Delicia asked her, my friend Carly Red needed help, one of her restaurants is failing and yours is booming. Can you hook her up, whatever? And I said to my audience, Amber can let Dave help her, but she doesn't want nobody near Dave because Dave is hers. So she ain't going to let Dave go help them none at all. That's hers. And another thing is, when she was on that trip, when she lied to her husband and says, she's going up to the mountain to think, Amber know exactly what she was going to do. But when the two of them came together, I don't think that was malicious or anything like that. God bring the two of them together for a reason. They hug and they kiss and the mouth, she and her husband. And then she said to him, I'll be back. Because when Anthony came into the house, he thought she was leaving him for real. And he raised up that stairs to see, you know what I mean? And she reassured him. That night, nobody can say Dave did anything to her. That night, she come out they went to the place. And I don't like the fact they're making her go backwards, because I even tell my audience, I don't like the fact that they let Amber went backwards, because that was Amber tied. Amber from what they call Detroit Amber. Yeah, Detroit Amber people wanted, right? Detroit Amber came into Skitland and she was naughty. right?
What the-
So now they're making she go backward. We're waiting on Shayla to get her karma. And what did we get? We get our golden girl who we put on a pedestal to fall off the pedestal. It's like Humpty Dumpty. Amber is Humpty Dumpty, and she fell off the wall and cracked her head. You understand? So Amber is very calculating, just as Anthony. She knew exactly what she was doing. She left that house with in her neck, in whatever she was wearing underneath there. And no, this is all on Amber. Nobody can say, she cannot blame Shayla. She can't blame O'Neill.
They're gonna blame O'Neill, you know. They're gonna put O'Neill name in it. Them O'Neill because people
Exactly.
blame me.
She can't blame Anthony.
What?
And Amber did this purposely. She went there. The man is sitting there. I'm sure no say Dave, no say nothing was underneath there. You understand? And she opened up and she, I wish she didn't open up and let me see too, because I'd love to see. And she went and she sat right on it. And she was swinging from vine to vine, the chandelier to the banister. You understand? And nobody can say, oh no. And so I tell my audience, we have to call a spade on this channel. And you guys have to be honest with what you're seeing. And we're not going to give Amber a pass. And a lot of people says they don't want to watch it anymore. And I let them know it's a skit. We're watching. And at the end of the day, there's going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. This is Amber's journey for her to go through. She said she forgive Anthony. So if you forgive Anthony and Shayla, why is this? Last night you're going to sit on Dave and then you're going to reminisce and thinking about all the hurt. And this morning, when I look at that skit this morning and I saw when Dave says, ask her if she regretted. If you look back at that skit, she paused. And you can see the guilt in her face. And she moved her here like that. And then she answered for his benefit, no. You understand? So at the end of the day, and then she was so blatantly bad. She decided to go home, and one journey says, Sharon, she could have, not one journey, Goddess London says, Sharon, she could have a change of clothes in that car. And Goddess was absolutely correct. You know what she did? She went home wearing that musky. I don't remember who said that in my chat. She said she came home in that mustard trench coat. That smelled like you know what. And I'm standing there, I can smell the aroma from another man all up on your wife.
You know him knows no word.
And then somebody said in my chat, Sharon, she can't, it wasn't you, God. It says, well, if she can't smell the trees, how is she going to smell the muskiness? She went in and she go shower. And then what? And Anthony knows, you know, Anthony knows because Wayne was so naughty. But you know what I like is the fact when we are doing these things, we can pull up skit when they just drop, so we can dissect it with the audience so they can get to see. And then I was so happy because the chat was really that they were in their feelings. And I tell them, say, yes, you're gonna get in your feelings. Don't hurt the TV, don't smash it on your phone. We need it. So when we saw that skit with Anthony running over to Wayne house to ask Wayne, like says, Amber would be underneath the trees or underneath somewhere or up in the treetop or something. What would he think that Wayne would have Amber at his house when Wayne is in a relationship with Tamara? That makes sense. But then when we think about who Anthony is, then I realized that, well, he was in a relationship with Amber, and then Amber was with Wayne still. But what he fails to realize, Wayne was with Amber first. So if anything, Amber is the one that was responsible for what happened in between him and Wayne. Okay, so with that being said now, so when he says, you're going to come with me, you're coming with me, you're going to ride with me, he wants somebody like says, he thinks that poor Littlefoot Wayne is going to fight his battle for him if he did find Amber, right? And Wayne, it was so comedic when we saw Wayne get up and that interaction. Then we started to laugh, you know what I mean? And it make you feel really good from all that anger, the pent up anger that you were having. I was laughing. And I think my audience was laughing too, because at least they get to release all that anger and hurt that they was feeling. And I just, you know what I mean? We have to call a spade a spade. Amber is wrong. But and Charmaine says, if Amber, if I want to see, when she called me this morning, she said, Sharon, I want to see what Amber will do when she go home. If she lie, then I will know. But I let Charmaine said what she said. I don't remember word for word. You know, Charm. So I won't paraphrase it because you know my head go and come all the time. But our girl fall off the wall and her egg is cracked. So now, Amber, consequence, our action has a consequence. And I hope she's going to be able to accept that consequence. And remember, when she was at the restaurant with Tamara, Tamara says, you really mean what you said to Shayla about having Anthony? What if, O'Neill, it could go that way too. What if Amber actually loses on Anthony, and she also loses Dave, and then she see how happy Shayla is with Anthony and Kai living in her house, and she have nothing. She loses everything because right now she put her bag in jeopardy, and she's playing a very dangerous game. She's been manipulated. She has gaslighted her husband, and she looked at him. And you know what? A woman can play a game just as bad as a man, but we does it better than a man. Remember that. And that's what these men out there who is playing games, because when Wayne says we can dish it out, but we can't take it. And when a woman go to get bad, and that is Amber. When a woman go to get bad, this is why Wayne says Amber is going to be a villain. And I was always looking to see this. And people say, no, it's not. And he's going to make Shayla good. Right? And then Amber said also, people are going to be upset at her. And everything makes sense yesterday. And although I said to the audience, I've been warning you for weeks now. Although I know that was going to happen, but to actually see it goes that way that I was thinking it was going, I have to keep saying, is that for real? No, man, that has to be a dream. And if I know that it could go that way and I've actually seen it, the writer did an absolutely amazing job. They did awesome. They did. So we just have to sit there, write it out with her, because there is going to be a revelation, as Charmaine said. Charmaine's, what did I not even know? Sometimes the power of forgiveness, at least I find it. The power of forgiveness. So it is going to be Anthony will have the power of forgiveness. He will be able to forgive Wayne, and he will be able to forgive Amber. And I think that's all this is my opinion, and I'm going to just borrow your power of forgiveness, dear Charmaine. So this is how they're going to show the audience how God would lead. Because when Wayne said to Anthony today, he says, take accountability for what you done first and then go to God. And I says, okay, they're still on the God business. Because a lot of my audience was telling me, or one person was saying to me today is that the Wayne popping, Jesus popping is taken off. They don't have hashtag Jesus popping anymore. And I said, oh, really? Because I don't look at it. But what they should see is that from he mentioned that little nugget there to Anthony, and what he's saying that said we can dish it out, but we can't take it. But they have to realize when a woman turn naughty, and I says really naughty, she plays the game better than them. And don't be surprised if Amber starts sleeping with Anthony and Dave. So maybe that is how she's gonna become a villain. I feel the floor.
Yeah, you listen. All right, now I'm praying because I like some of the things that you actually said. You said some great stuff. I think I'm gonna jump in some of the pieces of the puzzle. I will say this: the reason why you saw Wayne today is, like I've said before, they picked up that the audience started to get that this was going in DV Lifetime movie Tyler Perry direction. So that's why Wayne say, hey, let me come in real fast and inject comedy into this, because if I don't do that, then y'all will get the impression that Anthony is going to go into this whatever. So they make sure they show the consistent, him screaming just the same way yesterday as he's screaming today, to make sure you know that it's harmless. In other words, it's just Anthony acting up. That's why I said they won't go in that direction, especially when I saw some of the little things with whatever it is. I feel like that's what they gave that. Let me read a couple comments. I'm going to get you in here, Goddess, because I have something as well that I want to play based on what Sharon Reviews has just said, because I think she sparked something. And continues to lie. He's holding a grown woman hostage and lying to her father. Him not really hold her hostage because she's gone about her business, friends. She's gone.
She gone?
If you're holding someone, yes, she's gone. She gone about her business. Him no, him go call her father. The next scene was in call her father.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Still have her
in other words.
So she went to Dave's.
You still have her car keys.
And I think he still had her car keys.
Yeah, he has it.
He still has her car keys.
Yeah, but you can't leave. Meaning, okay. What I mean is.
Oh, yeah, me understand.
In other words, meaning to analyze it. Okay. So when we use it, because how I think the term the hostage a man and a woman. For example, a man lock a woman up in the house then. Suppose him lock her up in the house and the man will let her out. I think that's the imagery a lot of people get when we say them things. But if you're just saying it's just the fact that him take our car key, all right, I'll live with that. But people get wild in the comments. They will think that you're talking about her locking her up in the house and saying she can't leave. So be very clear, because the audience gets very wild sometimes. The kids who don't know, then wild. People's imagination run wild and them start thinking different. I want to make sure, make it clear. That's not what it's for. People who get, hey, I have to make sure. People have things them go through, and I can't, make nothing of that. Money Law says Anthony kidnapped 2 people to 2. Oh, wait a Money Law covered the same thing. Money Law for coming with that. O'Neil, quick question. I have Skitland viewers realize that the writers flip-flop script to see if the audience will give the same energy to Amber as they do to Anthony and Shayla. Yes, they do that. They want to see how the audience going to react to whatever else it is as they go along. Because that's what I'm doing. Them trying to test. They try, okay. Notice Nanya came up with a narrative and Amber come with the same narrative the next day. Of course, I didn't do this, and everything you said is exactly the same. So I know them watching them. I know that they watch and them listen to the narratives them, and they will take whatever narrative you have. That's why I said that the stories aren't as deep as they are, because they also are appearing to the audience. So then we listen to you all, and then we listen to us, and then we say, okay, the other day, Delisa talk about. Let me give you her line. I'm not going up there. I was just up there with Candice and them. It felt like I was in a dungeon of dragons. That's where did that come from? Who call them dungeon? Exactly. So you know where they get these from. That's why I said I use us to write the storyline. We should be paid.
Exactly.
But why did we write Amber to always catch and the losing? I want you to understand. It's not because O'Neil talk certain things about the Amber character. I want you to get Amber as the actor. Amber, the actress, is very good at inflections, and she's great in terms of she can go many different, it's very dynamic. That is exactly why they're never gonna write Amber winning all the time. They're not gonna write her losing all the time. They're not gonna write her crazy all the time or whatever, because she can go in many. Her range is very wide. In comparison to the other actresses, Amber's range is wide and she's believable. You can believe her. She can get you to believe her. So she's one of those actresses that they're not going to. They're going to always write her the way they write. Look, it's like Rafi. As much as I'm disgusted with Rafi, whenever I pull out the tear thing and the tear eye, you're going to feel sorry for him. Even when his clone do all sorts of things with Jocelyn, you're going to feel sorry for him. No actors or actresses to do that with. And Amber is one of those actresses that they do that with. They've been trying with Shayla, but it not work because Shayla she's not as good as Amber. And so that's why Shayla has to stay as a villain. Because she's not as good. Yeah. Anthony is close to the line, so because of that, they can give him those wide ranges to handle, because people still not offer the Anthony character. As much as we flag him, still what will every now and again them will say something nice about him, if that makes sense to you. Because you have some people that come on here that them come on for one scene, and after that, them, you know what I mean? Because the skit kicks people off. Let me put something up real fast. Someone says, when Dave told Amber he wants to marry her, he asked Amber, will she ever marry again? And she said she will not. Amber didn't even wash Dave off. Dave body up before she went to him. Wash Dave off of her body before she go home. She did not. She didn't. Amber never came to look for Anthony other than at Rose's home. She was eventually come home with her. She has never taken his keys or restricted him from leaving to go anywhere. She's run him down with a knife, though.
Yes.
I don't want to play tit for tat here, friends, but trust me, some things has happened. In case you don't know the story, come on, friends, don't do the tit for tat. I can find many. I just pulled something up for you the other day. Come on, y'all, don't do that. I don't know them go back and forth. That's why I'm right. Where is Amber? Does Anthony still have her tied up somewhere? No. See, no, she's not tied up. I tell you though,
Put an Amber
she's
alert.
not tied.
Amber alert.
Amber
Amber
alert.
alert, right?
Anthony had her car keys inside when he called her. Anthony is holding her because he knows in his spirit that Amber is dealing with someone. They don't have respect for each other. That's correct. Nanya says Amber is the highest talented actress. That is true. So that's kind of why they always need a show. Why we rip on the character so much? Really, that's what it is. It's love. In case people don't realize what it is. That's really what it is. When people come on, friends, you have to know one of two things. Either I'm going to love you or love to hate you. It's just how you write scripts. You know what I mean? That's one of those two things. Why does he want to keep his marriage when he told PR he does not have he have to finish or soothe their heart? Anthony's nonverbal communication speaks louder than his communication. Why? Because him think maybe he's a good woman and him don't want to leave her. That still is a part of Anthony. Even though him love the money, you know, he still have the same of maybe I shouldn't let this woman go. Put that in the brain. Maybe that's kind of the idea them playing. Let me get a couple different comments. Yes, domestic violence, call the police, pack your bags and get out and shut the mouths of all naysayers. They're not going to show you that. Because if they do, you'll never like the Anthony character again. You'll never want to see that entire thing again. Anthony will lose viewership if he does the DV thing. He might lose viewership because you won't watch it. You'll not watch it. No one wants to watch that. You don't want to watch whatever it is. You want to watch comedy. You want to watch him a spaz out. That's what you want to watch. You know, so we can laugh at that. People want to see that. Amber O'Neill, Amber is not moving out of the house. She's going to meet with Dave for pleasure and Anthony let her go. That's what I think she's going to do. She's going to keep going over to Dave. But like I said, you know, you're going to see Amber creeping around a lot. When he finally told her, give me one moment with the new skit. When he finally told her the baby was his kid, okay, you're not giving them more after that. They need an Amber alert. And then Miss Fatal says, how do we know Amber didn't wash Dave off of her? It's because we didn't see her shower scene. All these women are nasty. Don't eat off their countertops because you know you don't know what you're eating. So Sharon Review said something. I'm gonna see right here. You got it. Sharon Review said something about maybe they may twist it up where some way somehow Anthony gets with Shayla. And she dragged my mind, right? Sharon Reviews dragged my mind. I want you to look at this, goddess, and then I want you to respond. I want you to look at this because something dragged my mind. Do you guys remember this? Do y'all remember this?
Yes.
Best days of my life.
Right?
Oh,
man.
I remember that.
Get out here already. I'm so happy. I cannot explain how happy I am now. Chop, chop. Let's go.
So you're happy to have my life?
Oh, I wanted the life, but I wanted to make it my version, which is going to be so much better. Now, get accepted.
Come on. Say cool. You got to go. Hey. You got to go. Hey. You got to go. Hey.
I made sure I pulled that up just now. Goddess, because of what Sharon just said. And I said, you know what, Sharon? Were they hinting this to us? So, Goddess, you think they were probably hinting this to us? I don't know. Yeah. You know, we're
No,
Skit
I
and
don't
weird.
think so.
But what you got? What do you think?
I don't think so. I really don't see him going back to Shayla, period.
Mhm.
He is laser focused on Amber. That's what I believe. I don't see
No
him
problem.
going backwards. I don't see him. He is laser focused on Amber. He wants to know what's going on, who she with. He got to know what's going on. He got to know what's going on with her. Who is messing with her? Who's messing with her? Poom poom, whatever. He want to know what's going on. He's not staying. He's not going back there. And Shayla is. When I say she's infatuated with Iman, she's not wanting Anthony right now because Amber don't want it. You know, so he's not really like, I'm gonna be honest, Anthony's energy right now, I don't think no woman wants him right now. You understand? He just had that energy like it's not
like
you know
he's
how
not
commodity right now.
attractive.
You know what I'm saying?
He's not attractive.
Yeah.
Not that attractive.
Yeah. Not the physical, it's just the energy. It's not given. It's not, you know, I don't see him going back there. I don't see him even would even step or do anything with another woman. I really don't. Me, that's just me. That's just me right now.
You don't see that. Let me ask you
I
this,
just
Goddess,
believe he's
because
in
you're
love with
here
his
on the
wife.
floor.
Yes.
Let me ask you this, because you're on the floor. Could you see, and I may be reaching here, but hey, I'm just questioning and see what I'm thinking that. Could it be then that really Amber does? Could Amber pull exactly what he pulled off last year, where he was living over Shayla's house, but they were married, right? So in other words, Amber living over Dave's house. And somehow Shayla over this house. I don't know. I'm just trying to ask here. You think that could have happened or no?
Can she pull it off? I think she's going to stay some nights over there, but I don't think it's going to be the way that you would think, because he gives me player vibes. That's the vibes that he gives me. I don't think it's going to be a long time. That's just me. I don't think it's going to be like that. I don't think she's going to play that game. I don't. Yeah. Yes. Not a long time.
It's a good time, but not a
it's a
long
good
time.
time.
Good time,
not a long time, baby.
Y'all keep saying that, you know, on not getting whatever it is, you know. You know what I mean? So
that's the vibe that he gives me. I know the game, so I'm single, so I know the game. I know what he's saying. I know what he's doing.
That's what's going on.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me push in the new skit for the people who asking me about the new skit. Let me push that in for y'all real quick. Give me one moment, so y'all can see what's going on. I think Ernestine talking to her. Give me 1 minute. Let me
God,
Ernestine is... please.
Yeah,
See that one.
Ernestine, and then
no, not Ernestine.
All she gonna do is celebrate. Oh, you have sex with him! Yay!
Okay, so y'all are wondering if she is chained up. For the people who are asked if she's not chained, please,
not in a good way.
She is doing her makeup. She not in no chains. None of those things are happening to her. Please, I ask something.
Ain't going nowhere.
She not going nowhere. She's comfortable. Does she look like she is being battered? No. Please, ladies, please. This is not Lifetime. You're going to come to the Lifetime. This is not Lifetime. But I'm going to give you
text Dave. Tell him I'm coming.
Yeah, she's texting Dave.
Correct. Let's run into it.
Girl, don't care about Anthony.
Why did your husband call me looking for you today?
He called you?
Oh, did he call me? I had his chest all buffed up. I had to ask him to lower his tone. Lower your tone, talk to me, Anthony. I don't know where your wife is.
So that's why you've been blowing my phone up?
I'm sure that's what I mean. I didn't tell him nothing. I said, I don't know. I said, you should worry about where your wife was when you worried about where Sheila was.
I'm saying he is tripping.
What's happening? What's going on?
I stayed out last night. And so when I got home, he's asking me where I was, what do I have on? Then he's asking me, who is it? Who I'm dealing with.
He asked you that?
Yes.
He knows. He knows something is going on.
Ernestine, then I'm trying to leave the house. I told him I just need a couple days. Do you know this man took my keys? Like grabbed me and took my keys.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, where all this physicality is coming from, I do not know. Just the other day, he like snatched me up when I was trying to leave. Put his
hands on you?
He grabbed me, yes. And then today, he's holding me all tight, won't let me go.
Oh, heck no. Are you kidding me?
I'm not.
Go ahead, team. Go ahead. Jump in. Where are we? Goddess, you want comment first before Nanya gets in? Because I think it's Nanya's
Why
turn.
Oh, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. It's you. Go ahead.
Oh, my thing is, why is she on speakerphone? You don't think that he gonna hear the conversation near the door?
What a fool.
He probably at the door. That's all I gotta say. I'm sorry.
It's what they do, man. It's what
Anthony's
they do.
turning into Dave.
He's
I
turning
mean,
into Dave.
Don. Damn, Dan.
She's gonna play the victim. Do you have a comment for this, Nanya? You have no comment for this?
Goddess, they put them on speakerphone so that we can hear it. I figured that out like a long time ago.
Yeah.
They want us to hear the conversation. That's the only reason. Ernestine is just going to be nosy. Amber is not afraid of Anthony because I think he probably fight Anthony, and she doesn't care. And I think that's part of what people are missing. It doesn't make cheating right. Amber does not like Anthony, period. And if people don't understand you don't like them, then they're going to act like Anthony. And I do say that from experience. I don't like you. I don't want to talk to you. I want you out of my face. And that is what she's giving. I didn't cheat, but I understand how you feel. When you are getting a divorce, you don't like the person. You don't want them to touch you. You don't want them to talk to you. And I do think Amber should move on. I think she should leave. And I also think Amber doesn't need the money. Amber can move out. And, you know, I was a proponent of her staying. Call the attorney. Let the court know that she wants to move out and she doesn't care about his money. Right now, she is doing it and she doesn't give a damn what Anthony thinks. And that, for a narcissist, is probably, I have a couple of friends that have narcissist husbands. And for him, that's the worst behavior he can get from his piece of chattel, which is Amber. He thinks he owns her. I do think he's going to lose Amber if he doesn't find God. I think Kai is not going to be his son. And I think Darren is going to take Anthony's money because the wrath is on his butt. And it ain't going to stop until he finds God. So right now, God is Anthony's money. And if you don't think so, that's what this is about. A man and his money. He likes women who lay on their back. That's why he told Amber she doesn't work. Only women who lay on their backs are the ones that work. So if you all want to be married to Anthony, okay. But I've been close to this. And so I guess that's why it doesn't trigger me as much, because I will leave. And just like she kissed him the other day so she could leave, I've done that very same thing. I kissed him so I could get out of the house and drive up the coast alone. I didn't want to argue. I didn't want to talk to him. I wanted out. I wanted to run. And he wasn't even doing anything to me. I just could not stand to be in his presence. So, I mean, I get a lot of what she's doing, except the cheating part. I don't cheat, and I don't believe in cheating. But I do think that Anthony is, I'm not Anthony, Wayne is going for a spin-off storyline of some sort. He is up to something, and whether it's a David and Bathsheba or an Aman and Delicia or whatever it is, he's up to something. And that's why I'm not dwelling on all this, oh, she's cheating. And I'm thinking about what Wayne is up to, because Wayne has honestly a devious mind, if I'm being honest. So he needs to keep his viewers, and he knows that they're bored. If you look on Facebook at the analytics, the audience is bored. And that's why there's so much anger on Facebook. That's it.
Anil, I want to ask a question. Before
Go ahead.
Okay, we know Anthony has a huge ego. What do you think today when he went to Wayne and then he called Sheila? How much did it take out of him to do that? To went to Wayne to ask about his wife and to tell Wayne that his wife did not come home last night. Then he called Sheila and had to tell Sheila the same story. He did not even ask about Kai. You notice
Wow.
when
He doesn't care about Kai.
He did not even ask about his son. So what do you think it took out of him to do that as a man that we know is ego is so good?
For a man to be able to tell every man that his wife slept with Wayne,
didn't come home.
I don't think that took too much of anything.
All right, hold on though. Let me interject into that because I know you're asking, Charmaine. And see, I'm glad you mentioned that because I was about to ask none of the question. Anthony was not all bad. Every time we paint Anthony as though he came in as this guy who was always disgusting, he's never been that. He just became bad over time. Now, we basically didn't give him the pass with the Sheila thing. We didn't. Just like now what Amber's going through. They're basically trading places, you know. They're basically trading places. The funny thing is, we're actually giving Amber the pass, but when it came to Anthony, we held him dead smack in the middle. Only difference, and as Ken Ash was painting, was with the baby. Anthony came in this just like how Dave coming in this. The guy that was a savior, the guy that wanted to take on this Amber girl, the guy that wanted to do everything for this particular woman. That's why I'm spent $20,000 on a ring, and regardless of what people say, well, you know, he lied for whatever. Hey, it still take a lot. If a man sit down and mortgage him house for $250,000 and give you a ring, it still is plausible because many men aren't going to even do that. They're going to keep taking the pum-pum and they're going to basically allow you to do whatever it is that you want to do. So the thing is, Anthony has not always been all bad. So I know where Charmaine going. Charmaine, I said, wait, basically going to take, yes, that is the start of Anthony ego have to come down a little bit because him realizing now that, hey, the money is no longer working. He got somewhat into the whole, the realm of the money and realized that the money can't work. And I think y'all have been saying that too, that the money can no longer work. You're right. The money at the superpower and the cape is gone. Him can't fly. Has no superpowers because the money does not work. You know, work with Amber anymore. It works with Sheila because Sheila love money. And it barely working these days with Sheila because the truth of the matter is Sheila have Iman. No, she don't have Iman, then the money can come back into play. But it does not work with Amber now because basically that's all it really and truly is. That's why I keep telling Amber she should be grateful and him like the idea of them being grateful. Pay attention to when people discuss the Anthony character, but discuss them from where they're coming from. Discuss Amber from her father. Nothing wrong if you want to pair that together and pair Anthony from his mother. What has he told you his mother was? The Angelina character spoke with Anthony and him tell you. So his mother used to pick up for him. So Amber was. She used to believe in him. And she pick up for him. And Anthony loved that. And he loved the thing of the praise of that. And by the way, both of them love praise. Him love praise and she love praise. Amber want the attention 24/7. This is why Dave is here now, because Dave provides the attention just like what Anthony was not providing. Because Anthony wasn't being, as we say, supportive. But before this, Anthony was supportive. He was in support in a lot of different things. It just so happens that once he meet up with Sheila and him get into the grips of Sheila, which is the common denominator between the two of them, that's exactly where you get all of this. What you call it now? You get all of this issue coming from because some way, somehow, right? Think of the two things that has happened. Sheila keeps saying to her, remember Sheila used to tell Amber, in case people forget, Sheila used to tell Amber, why you do this to Anthony? He's a great guy, you know. Why? The man do everything he possibly can do, and you do all of these things. Why you think Sheila sometimes get upset? Even though I'm still not like the Sheila character, but I'm just giving you why the Sheila character actually upset. The Sheila character upset because to her, this girl just does nothing, gets the man that she would always want, while she has to butter and take the wallops, as we say, be the bottom feeder. Why do I need to be the bottom feeder when this girl is doing nothing, when she basically a cheat and a rampage over the place? Why you think I keep saying the backstory matter? That's why it matters, because those are the things that Sheila actually looks at. But sometimes we don't look at those pieces. We just see the marriage Anthony. And I keep saying, if you look on just marriage Anthony, you don't get the whole story. If you look on marriage Amber, you don't get the whole story. And again, it does not make Anthony right. So make sure people know that it don't make Anthony right. But I think I agree here with Nanya saying in terms of that. What I agree with though is that sure, she's not scared of Anthony. She's not. Anthony will lamp on her keys because right now he's trying to get the father down there ASAP. Before she leave again, that's basically it. Him can't hold her long. He knows him can't hold her long. So right now, he'll have to hold her for as long as he possibly can get her, right? Until the father come, and hopefully the father can do something, which I don't know the father going to do, but hey, he's hoping that the father can do something of the sort, right? Now, we will see exactly what the father does. But what I'll do is, I'm going to give you back the floor again, Charmaine. Give me one moment. Let me read a couple of comments, play the video, and then I'm going to jump you in there, just to make sure so the audience is inside of everything. Let me see. Give me one moment, because enough comments pass. I'm going to read the comments for you folks. I'm reading some comments, folks. Sheila made Anthony the way he is. She told on Amber. That's one thing. Nanya, Anthony is not the worst husband. My husband was worse than Anthony, but today we're both grandparents of 5 children, of a marriage, and it's better. O'Neill, Sheila is doing nothing but laying on her back for money. That is true. Somebody else said, you talking about Amber cheated. Sheila cheated on Arby and Mike for real. We know this, friends. We know it's a Sheila cheat. We call her every day of the week. Trust me. That's why we say we're not give her no pass. Making excuses for Anthony holding her hostage is crazy. Okay, I'm not making an excuse for him holding her hostage. I think he can leave if she wants to leave. He has her car keys. If she wants to leave, she can leave. I don't believe that. But hey, again, I don't know what women term as hostage. Maybe it means something different to women. Because if a man really hold a hostage, you hold hostage. I'm just saying. I mean, you can't go nowhere at all. You're whatever it is. You wouldn't be on the phone. He'd be right beside you. You know what I mean? But again, hey, I think that's why I'm have the car keys then. But nonetheless, I take the point. He didn't tell the father that Amber filed for a divorce. Correct. That's why I'm going to try to get the father down there quickly, because he want to try to save this thing. That's the only way he thinks. Anthony, no, the problem with Anthony is this. Anthony is like Amber, thinks everyone else needs to do the work for him, and they can't do it for him. This one he'll have to do on his own. He might do that one by himself. He ain't gonna get out of this jam this time. Him try to get Wayne today, it never work. Try to call Sheila, it never work. No, him call the father, possibly the father going to come there and say, well, hey, I spoke to her, so can't do anything at all. It not going to work. Him going to call Coco next, that not going to work. He may call my phone again, and I may say, Anthony, listen to me. But nah, help you. You need to figure this out by yourself, because he doesn't figure it out on his own. I think the audience has been begging for Anthony's karma. I think we're not getting it, friends. Don't worry. I think you're getting it right now. I think that's what y'all are getting. We're getting Anthony's karma. Who knows? You know what? Who knows? She made us call the police, and Anthony got jail basically for 1 or 2 nights, so that way them can feel how she feel when she went to jail for the baby thing with Sheila. They may go there as well. They may just. That wasn't Anthony in when Anthony wasn't indecisive. When was Anthony not this indecisive? When he liked Ro, when he thought he got a stripper pregnant, or when he got Sheila. Anthony has always been a lame when it came to women. He has. Him try, but him lame nonetheless. Amber is in the house because of that money. If she want to leave, she can leave. That's kind of what I was saying. Dave should buy Amber a house for her to stay in, since he's protecting her. And she's so deep in his life, like he said. Somebody else says, if Sheila didn't see the disrespect Amber had for Anthony, she wouldn't have motivated to go after him. Let me play this real piece so that we can hear what Ernestine says, because Ernestine always putting in some words and things.
Amber, you need to get out of that house. Get away from around him.
That's what I was trying to do, but he took my keys, Ernestine. And I can't leave. I can't move out of here. Then I lose all chances of getting anything in this divorce.
Well, you need to make sure that you're safe. Are you safe? You can come to my house.
Crazy.
Because he got my keys. He upstairs sleeping on my keys.
Are you kidding me? Like he's I'm pity for you. Oh my God, I'm so sorry you're going through that.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane.
So could Ernestine have offered to pick her up?
Exactly.
Yes.
I'm just saying, man. Come on. I'm
I'm
just saying.
I'm so sorry you're going through this.
Uber.
I'm just saying. Come on. It's like, come on, friends. Let's look here. If she want to leave, she can leave. But like she said, she don't want to leave because basically she thinks that she's going to lose money if she leave. But hey, again,
she's already lost the money.
Let's keep working.
I mean, I get it, but now he's just feeling what I felt all the time.
You are feeling what she felt all this time. Like, taste of your own medicine, babe.
That's what it's like, sir, did you forget everything that you've done? Have you forgotten? And now you want to regulate. You don't have to regulate me if you would just sign the papers.
Sign the papers.
And we could be done with this. Done. You don't have to worry about where I'm going, where I'm coming from, none of that.
I should call him and be like, Anthony, sign the papers. We all waiting on you to sign the papers.
Please.
Sign them.
Please.
Don't let him put his hands on you again. Like when you say where he grabbed you, like where'd he grab you at?
I mean, he grabbed my arm the other day, and then today, like, put his arms around me and would not let me go. Like, what now?
Oh, no, Amber. Amber, you call me if you need me to pull up over there.
You don't think he would really try to hurt me, do you?
I mean, I don't think so, but once you start grabbing folks and start being aggressive and hiding keys, you just never. Anthony he might blow because he knows. I feel like he knows he has no control anymore. The control is not there, and it might make him blow.
All right, let me pick up this phone because I don't know if he wake up, come listen or whatever. So,
okay.
All right, Charmin. Anthony has become the troll of Skit. You know,
Listen,
there's a troll bridge.
No. Anthony's just sleeping with her keys because she's not sleeping with him. So Anthony has to find something to sleep with. And the best thing to do is sleep with her keys.
Sleeping with the car keys.
On the A, there's an A on there. So maybe sleeping with the keys will give him some satisfaction that at least I'm close to Amber. Here's the A on the key. Here's the A on the key. So yeah, he's up there sleeping with her keys. But if Amber wants to leave, Anthony's upstairs sleeping, Amber's downstairs taking off makeup or something. What could stop her from calling an Uber? What could stop her from telling Ernestine to pull up and get her? And Amber does not want to leave that house. And she says it. If she leaves, she might not get what she's supposed to get. So this is not a woman that wants to leave her marriage. So don't mess me with that foolishness. If you so want to leave your marriage and you're fearful of your life, like what she's saying, he's grabbed me and he's pulling my arms. If you're so fearful that he might hurt you, you get up on the door. I know the door where Anthony was standing is not locked, I'm sure, because he opened it from outside and came in, so she could go through that door. So Amber does not want to leave. And I told Sharon this morning, I said, if Amber came home and lies to Anthony about where she was, it's only going to prove that she's not ready to leave that marriage. Doesn't matter what, if she's staying for the money, she's staying for whatever. She is not ready to leave that marriage. It doesn't matter what she's staying for. She is not ready to leave that marriage. The fact that she came home and lied to Anthony about where she was, who she was with, she's not cheating. She's not ready to get to put out marriage.
I'm gonna get you in here. I'm Sharon, if you can come in as yet. So I'll pull you in. Give me 1 moment, Sharon. Let me one journey before, because I feel like I'm here from one journey a little while, and then I'll pull you in, Sharon reviews. Let me read a couple of comments here. Anthony buffed her keys, basically. Said, then I say, hey, Anthony, eat the keys them. Amber, call your attorney and let them know what he's doing. This is ridiculous. Amber knows that she can leave anytime. She can. Somebody says, and the man is not asleep. They must stay awake the whole night. Why would I do it? At this point, Anthony's delusional. Anthony's delusional. Just like Shayla and Amber do need to leave this house. She can still get what she wants. I think that Amber should go for 80%, but I also think that Anthony shouldn't just give it to her, make her fight for it
Wow.
if she really wants
That's
it.
crazy.
She can get Ernestine to come get her and stay at Ernestine. We said that. Both of them tried and they're up all night. So take a Uber so y'all don't think that he will come after. He might go run her down, but not in the ways that people are thinking. I think y'all are. Anyways, look here. They write scripts according to what y'all say. Them are gonna make it as comedic as they possibly can, if that makes sense to you, because they know they can't lose that element. I wish I would just be a player about this man. Let her go to Dave, house, be okay, and just be gone. It's plenty of other
be
Amber's
gone.
out there. Come on. Ernestine is not a wise counsel. That's what narcissist does. This says Anthony went napping with the keys. Amber don't have 2 sets of keys. I wonder that too. She don't have a spare key. Wanted the spare key.
Maybe Anthony has it too. We have 2 keys and one is on my me and my husband. No, O'Neill. No. That's not what I'm saying. I have 2 keys for my car and one is on my husband's car ring and his is on mine. So I have 2 different set of keys on my car ring in case of anything. So
I have a Mercedes. I have 1 key.
I have 2 keys.
I have to buy it.
2 keys. I have 2 keys from the car.
My Tesla, my card.
You're supposed to have a spare key doing that because your spare key is important.
Mercedes doesn't give you a spare key anymore.
I know, but I'm saying you can. May I say you're supposed to have one? In other words, I'm saying it's good to get one. That's kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
because I had a Mercedes like yourself as well, and I had to buy one from the dealership.
Somebody said, "Why didn't Amber have a spare key?" And that was you probably. I didn't think about it at the time when I bought my car.
It is.
Maybe Anthony have it on his key ring too. So
that makes sense. That makes sense. They're saying Amber is slow. Christine can take care of your own child. Take care of your own child. This doesn't even sound like Amber. The instant flip of the character will backfire and Wayne. There's nothing he can do for the audience to feel anything for Anthony or shit. Yeah, we not ever. Come on, unless they would have to break those 2 characters down, and they haven't done it yet. So that's the idea. He's forcing her to stay with him at the house. He knows she doesn't want him, and her dad can't make her stay with him. He can't, but he gonna try. He's gonna try everything right now. That's basically what I'm gonna do. Y'all, Ernestine works on my nerves. Believe me, she works on O'Neill's nerves too. Of all persons in the world doing things is Ernestine giving advice. Anybody can listen to Ernestine. Money law is a trip. Someone else says if Amber falls asleep, Anthony will go in the room with her. No, he's not. He hasn't done this before, friends. Come on, they got locks on the doors. One thing gonna go see, like one thing gonna say, a scene where Anthony busts in the room and says, "Hey, baby, I'm gonna whatever it is," and then you have a couple police and 911 come over. That's like that's NYPD, whatever it is, man. I don't think this is what it is, but what is it? Shami, Shami, you went in a while ago, or is I
went in a while ago.
Go ahead, One Journey. Go ahead.
Okay. I didn't have anything to say, but I'm really observing how Amber is moving. And I really would wish she'd just go to her lawyer and take whatever she can take and leave. But because she's procrastinating, I'm thinking that it's revenge.
It's more revenge than anything else.
Yeah, because she
like
wants to see him hurt, and I don't think I like the way Anthony was responding when she finally came home. He never spoke about her really good. And then when she came home, he didn't say, "How are you? Would you like something to eat?" Welcoming. It was more scolding. If you're concerned about something, your kids, your dog, your wallet, your credit card, something got misplaced. When you do find it, you're more happy. Even if the kids turned you upside down in your mind, the thing is, I'm so glad you made it home. You know,
that you're there.
I was angry.
No.
Yeah,
Anthony at
I don't
all.
think them going to play
No,
that. I think them playing. They're gonna prolong the okay. I think they're giving you that. They gave you the response they gave you today because it is more of Amber knows what she's doing because she write these things so she can play upon the audience. They need to give you that so you can get more angry at Anthony for holding on to this woman. If that makes sense. They're gonna keep giving you more of those stories. You're gonna keep seeing more of Anthony being very annoying, right? For you to be like, we're gonna leave the woman alone, we're gonna leave her alone, because that's fake. That they're trying to give the audience. Them when them trying to give each thing at different points. So that's why they give you him being very, animated and emotional because it's crash out season. It's Anthony's crash out season. That's in a nutshell, that's what you're going to say.
So do you think that do you think, O'Neill, that Shayla's dream is going to be the reality?
No.
That they'll just swap places?
No.
I don't know. I'm wondering. I don't know though. People say no. Hey, that's one of them I can't
It's
back
not
up.
gonna happen.
But it's interesting though. It's one I can't back up though. But it was interesting seeing the other scene, and I think it's play. You never know. The writers are weird. They got weird ways of doing things. But hey, it could be a no. I'm just. That's one of those ones I can't stand on. Let me put it that way.
Okay, I understand.
We can't start on that one for sure. We don't know where they want to go with that. But hey, I'm trying to can read with it. So I hear a lot of damage control. Somebody else says, thank you very much. One journey. Someone says he has no control. That's killing him. Yes, that's what they want you to see. They want you to see him in pain. So I'm gonna put Amber in pain because the idea is to put Anthony in pain. So I want to say, there you go.
Thank you.
There you go. A pleasant night, O'Neill, and tonight's pan. Agree with both Shaman and Nani. And my question is, did Amber ever love Anthony? You know what? I'm gonna throw that to you. Reviews. Go ahead. She ever love him?
Yeah, she does. The reason why I said yes, and I show the audience that too when we put the evidence. She said to Shayla, when Anthony was making love to me, he was making love to my flesh, but it was spiritual. He touches my soul. Right? And she says, nobody else ever done that for me. And she says, it's like he was made for me. God just opened the heaven and he fell into my lap. Right? So yes.
She said about who? She said about who? Anthony?
Yes, that's what she told
She said up.
Yes.
She said about Wayne, you know. She said about Wayne.
Well,
I know she said about Dave. She's saying it about Dave now.
Well, and then she told Ernestine yesterday that when that God has sent Dave for her. So I asked the audience, can a person have two soulmates? And I'm dying to hear and that's they're not sure, but we will look into it.
Jocelyn does.
But sometimes in this world, right, we have somebody that is made for us, and sometimes that one you have two. One of them you will live with. Sometimes you meet them, you will live with one. When that one passes, some people is lucky to meet their second soulmate.
Yeah.
And it's like how
wait, so do you think Anthony is a soulmate? You think Anthony is a soulmate to Amber?
Yeah, I think so. But Amber is a person, I think somebody here on the panel said it tonight. Amber is a person who likes to do things that to jeopardize what she have. Like when she was, I think it was Ashley said it.
Okay.
When Amber is in a secure place and she's comfortable, and when she become insecure, she like to revert back to the church Amber, who is a cheater. So yes, she did love Anthony, and I think she still loves him, but she resents him right now. And because I don't know where that word is. Anyway, somewhere in there. Because right now she is moving off a revenge, as I said. When a person hurt you, cut you to the your
core.
it's like Anthony just rip our heart out. And I guess because of Danielle is her conscience, of course. And that is why she's not speaking to Danielle. So Danielle, Michelle, and Keisha, and even Ernestine and Brittany, you know, her circle, they will say to her, he slept with your best friend and have a baby by him, and you took him back? When she got angry at Anthony, she said, you embarrasses me. And she was lashing out at him. I think Anthony also loves Amber, and I know nobody come for me. Anthony loves her, and he used to worship the ground that Amber walks on. But Shayla the snake, as you said, O'Neill, and I was gonna show them that clip too, but clips just keep dropping. That one with her with Wayne there, with that orange thing there. So
yeah.
So she did love him and he loves her, but because that snake Shayla came in to the midst and of her jealousy, she decided to insert herself because she don't think Amber is deserving of Anthony. Amber already not with Wayne from the day she said I do. Amber haven't gone back to cheating. She meant her, she stuck to her vow. But because of the envy of Shayla, this is why when you have a best friend or somebody close to you, you have a man or a woman, you do not tell that person what you're doing in the bedroom or what that person like, because you never know that they are going to be envious of what you have.
Yeah.
And that is why Anthony stopped having respect for Amber.
Wow.
We keep on asking, why does Anthony treat Amber the way he does? Why is he keep on telling people Amber's skeleton in her closet? And the reason why Anthony does that, Amber was on a pedestal, and because Shayla wanted what belongs to Amber, she decided to tell and out her best friend. So Amber was never a best friend to Shayla. Shayla was just a person who likes to up on her rich friends them back, skirt tail, frock tail, whatever they want to call it.
Yeah.
And she's still doing it up till this day. She's doing that with Honeypot too. She just don't like to spend money. Shayla have money. So what does Shayla does with all those money? That's what I'd like to know. But at the end of the day, Amber does love Anthony, and Anthony loves her, but because of Shayla, Anthony, without realizing it psychologically, he continued with the affair with Shayla. He does not love Shayla. He likes the freakiness that, you know, is fetish. And he says he likes Shayla because Shayla, anything you ask her to do, she'll do it. She's free.
Yeah.
So Anthony lost all respect for his wife, and he has never forgiven her, although he said it with his mouth, just like how he said he forgave Daylan, but he hasn't forgiven Daylan to kiss her either. It's just a kiss, and he can't even forgive Daylan for this. So, with that being said now, he realized the error of his way because he see that he's losing her. Before he wasn't listening, before everything was all about his money. The night when he was driving around, he went to Ben's house. He tell Ben, says, I wish she could look at me the way she used to before. And people thinks that he's lying. Yes, I always says, Anthony money is his God. Anthony worship is money. I'm the first one that said it, and I will always on videos because we have the tape. And at the end of the day, Anthony started let material things rule him. And he was leading with the flesh, that is Shayla. And he was ignoring, and he was not nurturing, and give her the emotional support that his wife needed. He stopped protecting her because of Shayla again. So this is why I said, why would Amber be friends, still be friend with the person that would do such a horrible thing to you? You take her as a sister, and she got pregnant by your husband, and you were even delivering your husband's child, and you're going to tell me you don't want to do it, Anthony, but you'll be best friend with Shayla. Make it make sense. And the only thing I could think of is that no matter what a family member does, eventually you'll forgive them. And that's what she did. She forgave Shayla, so she can forgive Anthony. But why all that resentment now coming back? Because Amber saw her chance. She saw a nice chocolate. And I told people, remember, Anil? I always says, when Wayne undress, Amber asks him to turn and says, what you doing, Wayne? I keep on looking back for that skit and I can't find it. When they remove that skit because I can't find it. When she met Victor, Amber was at his house cooking same way, and he rented the house from her. She was cooking, and she even slept in bed with him, and nothing happened. He wants it to go further, but we know why he wanted it to go further, because of the green card. But he paid for her to go to Spain. She didn't have to pay for anything. And I said, then there is Calvin. Calvin kissed her. Yes, she got drunk. She went to Calvin's house and she slept over and think something happened. And then when she left and she walked outside of the apartment door and she says, not so far, she was fasting, right? I said to the audience that there was Wayne, there was Victor, there was Calvin. Nothing happened with those guys because there was not a true attraction there for Amber. But when she met Dave, there was a spark, an instant. And Amber knows it and Dave knows it. That is why he lowered that fee for Amber, because Bashir knows that it costs more than what he told her. And I said on this, either on Europe, yes, and I said it here, and I said it on mine too, and even on Nanya's thing too, I said it. Amber is going to cross the line with Dave, and they're telling me, say, no, nothing like that. And I said it can go either way. It's either they bring Dave in for Amber love interest, or they're going to save the marriage. But something, and they keep on saying, no, easier for whatever. So I said, okay. But when you really look at all the evidence, how she felt about Dave, she never felt it with those three men. That is why nothing happened. And she was true to her vow. So if she had met Dave at that time, she would have still crossed the line then, because there was a strong attraction. We all wanted Shayla to get her karma. And we thought they were going to give that to us. But what did they do? They break down Amber some more. And now Amber is vicious. And she's going to be an excellent villain. But what Amber shouldn't have done is slept with Dave. Yes, I saw that. I saw all the move. Me and you, Anil, we saw all the move Dave was playing. I called it, you called it, but nobody else was seeing it. And then now, the only thing I can say what can happen now, if Dave is really, and I said maybe they brought Dave in for a love interest. So if Dave is actually Amber's real boo, allegedly, I'm just saying here, allegedly, if he's her real boo, maybe he is actually going to be her real boo, because the conversation what they had today, in the last night, and she said that Anthony looked like he was gonna eat her. He says, no, he can't be doing that. He has too much invested. I make sure I listened, because it was so. If you guys mute your phone, you will see the writing come up on it. And I wrote down what he said. So, and he even called her his baby girl. So you don't know, because when he met her and they were in his basement, he said to her, only I have everything else. I have cars, I have all these accolades, but one thing missing. And he keep looking at her, one thing missing. And when they went up to, and then what I did a short on that, and I said a queen. He never said a queen. I am the one who said a queen. And I put that on my shorts. And then when they were hot, the restaurant, you know, the business dinner and the business meeting, and they were talking and she asked him some questions. And then he says, a man always know. A man always know when he meet the person they want to be with. Yes, she is married. Yes, she's in a situation. But in real life, things happen that way, same way too. She asked for a divorce because that's her only way to get out to be with Dave. So this is why Amber asked for that divorce. So I'm making it clear right here on O'Neill TV. That is why Amber asked for that divorce. She felt that instant attraction for that spark. That is why I said
for Dave,
a person have two soulmates. You understand? So I need to hear another conversation with Ernestine without Anthony or anybody else to hear what she said. Is she gonna say the earth, the sea, the moon, whatever, and whatever is it? You know what I mean? I need to hear that conversation with her and Ernestine going forward. If they is her person, no matter how Anthony is fighting for this marriage, so maybe that plan is for Amber and Anthony marriage to be severed altogether. Or if we look at maybe they are trying to twist us and give us another twist. Maybe Anthony and Amber marriage will actually be saved because Anthony, as Charmaine says there is going to be a power of forgiveness. Will Anthony finally come to his knee? Will he have a heart attack? What will happen to deter whatever it is? So it's either they're going to let the Dalton stays together. If not, I think Anthony is going to end up with Delicia and Amber is going to end up with Dave. That's my take. That's my thing. But what Amber is doing is totally wrong. I'm not into no cheating. I'm always a person that's out. If I'm with you, I'm with you. I don't believe that you should go and cheat if you want to get out. If you're going to cheat, I always said, if you're going to cheat, don't remember this address. Just leave. So
just go on.
Yeah, just go on. Just from you, I go cheat. Just have amnesia. Do not come back to my house. And I meant that word. I don't play with those things. So if you're gonna cheat, Amber did the do. So what she should have done, came home, pack her bags. He asked her, Amber, where were you? She says, what she should have said. I was with someone. I did exactly what you and Shayla did. And I'm not staying here. I am leaving. I wonder if Amber had said that, if the writer had wrote that. I wonder what Anthony would have done. What Anthony would have done? Would he have said still persuaded her, prevent her from leaving? I would like to see something like that. But you know how diabolical Wayne is. It's gonna be something totally different. It's gonna be something that blow our mind. But we just have to pick up the nuggets. If we pick up the nugget properly, we will get it. Just like how I said it happened, and Amber did it. And although I said it and it happened, I was still saying no. It can't be, because I can't believe I said it and it happened. You know what I mean? Because the script could have gone either way. You know, so a lot of people is disappointed in her. I wish she had stayed true to her vows. And then when she signed the paper, she just say, at least I didn't do what you and Shayla did to me, and walk away with her head high. Now Amber has fallen from grace. And it is just that. And a lot of people is saying that they don't want to watch the skit anymore. But what they have to realize, it's a skit. It's entertainment. And they're going to show you, maybe she's going to be bad for a while. And they're going to show you the power of forgiveness. Because Wayne said to Anthony, take accountability for what you have done. So now he's blaming Anthony. Says the reason why Amber had done what she had done is because of what you did to her. We can dish it out, but we can't take it. Right? So now, with that being said, with that situation, I love the fact how petty Wayne was. And Wayne says, you know, him could have her bent over. She could be grabbing the sheet and, and all that.
Yeah.
And that was really funny. He just bring the comedy into it and make us laugh. And we got up when Anta said, "You're coming with me," and whatever there. I just enjoy that skit. The skit them today was skitting. The skit them yesterday was skitting. And I'm loving every minute of it. And even Ralphie's skit, and you know, is delicious also. I love when Ralphie cried. Ralphie cried and says, Diva is his rib. You understand? But he is not Diva's rib. Ty is Diva's rib. And it is just the luck of the draw. And I hope these people, we're just going to sit down, and as we all said, it's like we're going on the roller coaster here with the Daltons, and we're going to see if Dave is going to come out the winner or Anthony going to come out the winner. But I like what I saw today. He stopped her from leaving. He's sleeping, lying down, and her keys has gone to Ernestine, and he called her dad. Hopefully, her dad can enlighten her, and I'm happy that the dad is going to come. So let's see what she does when the dad come, and if really she's done with that marriage, hopefully the dad can tell her, says, then walk away. Because sometimes you just have to leave. You don't stay there for no money. Yes, she deserved the money. Yes, she was there when he needed it, and she helped him. So what he can do, just give her with interest what she put in then, if that's the case. Or you just say, okay, give her the restaurant. But what Amber should do, just as I said to my audience yesterday, she should have contacted her lawyer and let the lawyer know of the situation. And that way, if she can move out of the place if she wants to, because she's not moving as our wife should. At the end of the day, she's a cheater now. She cheat going in, and as you said, she cheat going out. And that is not a good thing, because at the end of the day, you just called it to O'Neill, and they just give it to you. So this is all your fault, of course. And against it's all my fault. So I guess me and you is going to get some lashing, because you know the audience love Amber, and they think that we don't love Amber. I know where is the lawyer, Angela Atkinson. She loves Amber gone to bed, and you know, Charmaine is co-chair, and Charmaine loves her, but we have to call it.
Yes.
Disappointed in what she does. I am disappointed, but at the end of the day, she's still my girl. But I can tell her, says, Amber, you should have called me. If you just called me, we could have knocked some sense in her. Anthony, we just whip him. You know what I mean? Me even have the handcuff and stuff, everything ready to come. But she never called me. She go and go do the do. You know?
That's
so I'm just glad.
Sharon.
Get in, goddess.
One question.
Go ahead.
In which universe you think Angelina and Shayla would make Anthony be with Delicia? Which universe?
Not that one here.
Okay.
You're right. Not that one here for sure.
No, hold on. The reason why I said what I said. Remember when he saw her. Just remember.
Yes.
No. Just wait.
Not going to happen.
There was nothing in that scene. Exactly how I called it with Dave and Amber. I think they're gonna make it go that way. It can go that way also.
No.
What I'm saying. When he started, he was looking at her and he was saying what he was, and she was saying, "Oh, I thought he was weird."
We're alone would poison Anthony mind against Delicia, because you tell Anthony that Delicia was dealing with Iman. So Wayne alone would poison Anthony mind against Delicia. Trust me. And Angelina would start singing in Anthony's ears like a little bees. You don't know Angelina. Angelina sees Shayla opportunity evaporating.
Well, it's not gonna look here. Remember who we're talking about. This is Wayne. This
Yeah,
is
but
Wayne
I'm
world.
saying, heck no.
Wayne, anything is possible in this skit.
That's not going to happen.
All right.
Trust me.
Okay. Today is the 29th of April. We
Mark the
will
date,
see
mark
what
the date.
happens.
Get in, Goddess. Get in. Goddess, go ahead and get it.
Okay. Yes. If this is supposed to be based on God, there's no way that it's right that he's messing with a married woman. He's supposed to be a pastor. If they went to Charlotte, at least that Sunday they could have went to church. This man, he just has all the right things. I'm telling you, this man is not it. There's no soulmate. It's just, I'm telling you, it's just a game. This man is game. I'm telling you.
Sweet mouth, them call him. He mouth sweet.
Exactly. It's a game. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling y'all, it's a game. He knows all the right things to say. Okay? He knows all the right things to say. He knows she loves affirmations. He does know to say scriptures. He know how to, he's just smooth with it. I'm telling you. That man, that's why I don't like men who wear sunglasses all the time. I like to see your eyes. I'm an eye person. I'm a body language person. Believe it, I am. Yes, wear sunglasses all the time. You wear sunglasses all the time. You don't know what he's thinking, you know? You don't know. You just don't know.
Where you looking?
Even when you're a kid, I think he had the glasses on too. It's like, you know, it's like 24/7 with the glasses. So I don't know. Yeah.
It makes sense. I like, listen. No, I like
shady.
that. I like that. In fact, I do receive Charmaine's point about the Delicia and Anthony, because see, I never thought about that in a Charmaine. But then again, to me as well, too. The writers have a way of playing games with it, or if they don't have all the actors and actresses, they will create little off skits when they really mean nothing, if it makes sense. Sometimes they'll do that too. I know them can actually do that, but I see what you're mentioning with even the Angelina and the Delicia thing, as well as with the Iman thing and whatever else it is. I see what you're mentioning, Charmaine. Me can't see that piece there. I'm gonna jump you in.
Sharon,
I'm sorry. No, Charmaine was talking about the Anthony thing, and I said I see what she's talking about in terms of what she's mentioning with the whole idea of the Angelina would get in between the two of them.
Okay.
I can see that. I can see Angelina getting in between the two of them.
Yes.
Yeah. Me can definitely see her running a rock. You know, I can see her doing very a lot of damage in between that. I can see it. We can actually see it because with her doing the thing now with Iman, I can see where it can become even more of a problem, because Kai is still his, unless you have a story where Kai is not his. But because Kai is still his, they can make it, they can use Kai as a way of making it worse for him, if that makes sense then, or for Delicia. So them have leverage on the board, because Kai is the ultimate leverage that they always use to, if anything at all, them say don't make a Kai go over there, or don't make Kai see him, or don't make whatever it is, and they'll do those things as like leverages on the board. You know what I mean? So that does make sense.
Yeah.
Ashley, come on in. Give me a final word, Ashley.
Final word. Yes. So well, this is just a clear example of not getting into a marriage when you're not ready. This marriage was built on a bad foundation, was built on lies and secrets. So when you bring that into the marriage, this is what happens. I don't want to see it prepare. They need to divorce and learn their lesson. Maybe they might come back together in the near future. Who knows? But I don't think the answer is to get back together or work it out. They've had plenty of times to come back together legitimately and work it out. She came back into that marriage because she thought there was no one else out there for her. He came back into that marriage because of his money. They got married for all the wrong reasons as well. So this is just a disaster. And so nothing needs to be worked out. They need to just move on, unfortunately. And I am not for divorce, but this is a mess. And so I think the best thing is for these two to part ways. And if it's meant to be, they'll come back together at some point. And if it's not, it's not. Like I said, it's a lesson learned. So, I think they have to go through something, suffer some consequences, and then they'll learn the lesson. Right now she's in her, Amber's in her feelings. She's trying to get revenge. Anthony, he's in his feelings, going crazy. So the lesson has not been learned yet, but it will. And when it does, they'll both come to a certain understanding. And at some point, maybe get back at a good place with each other. And that's what I think we all would like to see at some point.
Yes.
Then there will be a light at the end of the tunnel, I think, for both of them. But right now it's going to be a mess. And we're just going to have to sit back and watch it unfold. So, that's all I have to say about that.
I like that. I like that. I like that. I think that was a point I wanted to make tonight as well, and that's why I keep saying there are no good sides on it, because the two of them didn't get in there right. They didn't. I really love that from because both of them didn't enter it properly. Amber didn't enter it properly, and Anthony never entered properly either. I think that both of them entered it on a bunch of lies, and it's creating the issues that we're seeing now. Let me read a couple comments from y'all, folks. Let's see here. Dave is a distraction, but Amber is actually attracted to Dave, and she likes him, and that's the difference. I think Shayla's situation is coming out very soon. Pink Blue, I agree. They both need counseling. Amber, Anthony, stale now. Time for a change. The Daltons is not a pull anymore. Okay, interesting. I think the straw that broke the camel's back in Anthony took the $5,000 out and the bank account smelled like perfume and Anthony's jacket. Amber asked him about and he lied. You always divorce him. I did say I think Amber and Dave are great together and they were too comfortable right off the bat. What kept her from going after Kelvin is Brittany. So she came a silent partner, so she wouldn't cross the line. And Brittany just correcting her with that yes, she actually did like Kelvin a lot. But Brittany kept that one away. I can reason with Sharon reviews. I'd love to see Anthony and Melissa together. Nanya, I agree. She talked about divorcing Dave. She talked about divorce before Dave. Yeah, but Dave pushed the needle, friends. Dave have a big chunk in there. We know what O'Neill would have done, Sharon. I know O'Neill would have done. O'Neill would get business going. Agreed, Pops. She should come in as a vehicle for. Oh, there you go. Agreed. Should come in as a vehicle for things to move forward, but these characters do not listen to their elders. She asked for divorce when she went to the house. A couple of days later, she asked for a divorce. Okay, something there's okay. Someone says possibly Zara, but I know that he's going to have his reputation tarnished. Amber and her mess. Someone says these are skits, but they can sometimes consume us in a ways that becomes triggering. Have a glass of wine and step away for a week. Or I just don't like to see the comments attacking each other. Exactly, never, right? So friends, don't attack each other at all. Skits. Always remember that. Someone says, Nani, I agree with you. Amber asked for a divorce before Dave came. she made it into this as well because she's pushing y'all's narrative. We're single and in the game. We know. Hear that? Miss Lisa should know. Delisa is a pick-me. If he desires her, she will go along with it. Let's see. Amber does not care about his eyes. She looked in his eyes, the eyes of a snake. Wow. Wayne didn't tell Anthony about Iman and Delisa. Anthony don't know. They did not. They did that interaction with Anthony and Delisa so we, the viewers, can have no sympathy for Anthony when he's going through his season of karma. That's what I'm saying. They'll do those things because the setup is to try to ensure you still like the Anthony character. So you gotta say more things. You might go do more despicable things. You might shout more and make noise more and do also. Hey, we get used to it these days. You might a whole nice. O'Neill, Amber allowed the devil, Dave, in her life. Mama Brenda, where are you? Please and reset your faces. Amber is not in her right mind. Yes, Miss T, she's over now and over at Mike's house. Who that over Mike's house? Somebody different? That must be Dominic because Dominic now start going to the house again. I know two couples that actually did a divorce and went back together. Children with the other people remarried and they are happily married now to each other. So it can work. That's what people saying. They entered the marriage without the proper foundation. Amber said it to Anthony. Amber said to Anthony, but he doesn't want to accept it. She did mention that recently. So that is true. She did mention that recently. She mentioned something about that. All right, friends. It is the 3 hour mark. Now I go for 2 hours, but we'll go for 3 hours. Give it up for the moderators. Let me introduce all of them to you. That's the time of the night. It was a lovely, wonderful discussion. Give it up for Sharon Hughes. Give it up here now for One Journey had to step away, but give it up for One Journey. Give it up to the lovely Miss Shaman, even though you're upset with Amber, you know. Give it up for Goddess None always. And then give it up for the one and the only Miss Ashley. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Anil, one thing. I need to say one thing before you. Okay, so everybody's talking about Anthony and Amber marriage, and it was not a good foundation. If Anthony, if Amber and Dave get married, is it going to be a good foundation?
No.
Okay, so what? So everybody's saying, oh, Amber and Dave, whatever. It's going to be the same messy foundation. So might as well just stay with Anthony.
Makes sense as well too, but that's why O'Neill has been saying from before I head off. That's why O'Neill has always been saying from before that I need time off. That's exactly what I wanted for the Amber character, contrary to what people think, even though, you know, the Amber characters, the Amber fans, them think me always bashing out. But that's what I wanted for the Amber character. I wanted her to go take some time out, but she's not doing that. Her pattern is go from one relationship, before you finish one relationship and get into the next. That's her pattern. That's always been her pattern since whenever it is. But all right, friends, hey, I don't want to hold y'all. I know I have to go get some bed sleep and think they probably only need to eat some food. Have a wonderful night. We love you all. Thank you very much. Keep
Thank you.
Have a wonderful night, friends. We love
Welcome to the O'Neill Show. All I've got is just for you. You ready for my beef tonight? I'm okay, just treat me right. Come in, me people, come in, me friend. What you gonna do when you come to defend? Question ask, me answer them. Wheel it up and pull it up and mash again.